Eagle 102, with studios in Bowling Green, Louisiana, and Pittsfield.
Area high school football is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the field for high school football on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good evening and welcome to Week 5 of high school football and the Mayor's Cup from Cunningham Field in Louisiana. Mark Frontick, Kelly Henderson here in the broadcast booth as the Louisiana Bulldogs host the Bowling Green Bobcats in what might be the closest matchup on paper we've seen between these teams in the last decade.
Yeah, or maybe longer. You know, I was thinking today, it seemed like that it's over the last 4 decades, you know, one team was strong and one team had a down year. And you're exactly right. From the scores I'm seeing, from the common opponents, it looks like that this could be a very even match.
And a fun one for the entire Pike County area, as you know, the Mayor's Cup. It's always meant something, but when the two teams actually both come into the ball game with a chance to win, it means even more. And this one could be decided at the final horn.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's correct. And you know, that's getting into one of my keys to the game a little early. I think that you know, the team that is the most disciplined and can play the cleanest football could very well come out the winner tonight.
We're about 21 minutes away from the opening kickoff here from Louisiana. It's the Mayor's Cup, Bowling Green at the Bulldogs, and we'll start the pregame show officially for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Service and Supply Co-op of Bowling Green, Buchanan Excavating, Ackles Farm Market, and Bill Allen Auction Service.
The Eagle 102 Sports pregame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service specializes in all things plumbing, from repairs and professional installations to detailed camera inspections and new home construction. Their expert team has you covered. Experience quality plumbing done right. Call Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service today at 573-719-9474.
When it's time to honor your loved ones, trust the experience and care of Shireman Memorials. Locally owned and operated by Jason, Shireman Memorials offers expert sandblasting, carving, etching, and design. With decades of experience, Jason's team will help you create a memorial that your family will be proud of for generations. Each stone is crafted with the utmost care and dedication. Visit Shireman Memorials today at 1135 West Washington Street in Pittsfield. Let them help you design a lasting tribute. Shireman Memorials, Pittsfield, where memories are carved to last.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
Just about 19 and a half minutes away from kickoff from Cunningham Field in Louisiana. Mark Frontick, Kelly Henderson, and I guess we brought the best of both the Louisiana and Bowling Green crews together for this one.
Sure, I won't argue that. I think that's a heck of an idea. We'll just go with that.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. Sorry, Rodney. Sorry, everybody. But you know, we had to get the cream of the crop in here for Week 5 in this Mayor's Cup matchup. And you know, you've played and coached through the years. How much does a trophy like that mean to the kids?
You know, I think it's fairly important. Of course, some will think more of it than others. Is where it's at. But just the close rivalry alone, just getting that W means more than anything. But the trophy can mean something.
And I think looking at just the coaches, I think this one means something. It's kind of the you hate to say the revenge game for Greg Pitzer, but this is his first time back against the Bulldogs.
It is, and you have to remember that Steve Kaswinder coached Bowling Green too, so it's almost a bit of trading places, right?
Yeah.
Is where it's at. Both fine coaches, both do a good job. I don't think that there's any true animosity between them, but it's always nice to get a little gig where you can.
Yeah. You always hear the pros talk about the revenge game.
Sure.
Yeah, it's their buddies on the other side.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
And the kids they coached.
And there's no more fun than beating your buddy.
Absolutely. Now, Bowling Green comes into this ball game kind of beat up, and they had some roster changes. They had some seniors depart the team this week. And Coach Spiegel said, addition by subtraction. Get the bad voices out of the room. But then you've got the injury bug. Gary Welch still out tonight. Oliver Niemeyer tweaked that collarbone last week. And then Trenton Wilson's dealing with a back issue. So, and then some of the young guys also that were coming into the lineup are banged up. So this is a Bowling Green team that needs a win and is hurting at the same time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You want to beat the other team at their best, both ways, and that's one place Louisiana's been very fortunate this year. They have avoided the injury bug so far. So, and you're right. Both teams coming in with one win. With the losses on the other side, this is kind of a make or break ball game for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. About 16 and a half minutes to go. They're getting ready for the national anthem. We'll come back with your keys to the game in just a couple minutes on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Sun Valley Accounting, DC Septic and Drain, Knight Equipment Company, and Bowling Green Lumber Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
It's the most complete building center in the area. Everyone knows that's the Bowling Green Lumber Company on Champ Clark Drive in Bowling Green. Tackle that home improvement or construction job with ease with great quality products and tools from Bowling Green Lumber Company. From the foundation to the roof and everything in between, they can supply all of your building needs. Prompt, professional, and courteous service is always offered at no extra charge. In fact, while others are trying to make money, they're just trying to make friends. That's Bowling Green Lumber, 7th and Champ Clark Drive in Bowling Green, 324-5400.
This is Michael Mudd, President and CEO of Silex Banking Company. Come visit us at our 20 South 2nd Street location in Silex for a sit-down one-on-one experience. If you can't stop by, visit us online at silexbank.com. We also offer mobile deposit, e-statements, and online banking. Silex Banking Company, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Watson 1838 in Pittsfield brings timeless flavor and local warmth to Pike County. From locally loved steak nights to your favorite comfort foods. Come by Wednesday through Saturday for lunch or dinner and taste the tradition. Watson 1838 on the square in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
As we wait for the teams to come from the locker rooms, we're about 14 and a half minutes away from kickoff. And Kelly, our keys to the game, you kind of started on one there in the open, but these are two teams that desperately want to win tonight.
Yeah, that's true. And what I did tonight is I've given Louisiana 2 keys. I've given Bowling Green 2 keys. And I actually have a shared key.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off with those keys for Louisiana, if we can. The last 2 games, Louisiana has had some slow starts and kind of rejuvenated in the second quarter and got with it. So the number one key is they need to avoid the slow start tonight so that they're not playing from behind. They're not really built to do a lot of catching up. Their second key is the tackling needs to be a little better for Louisiana. It seems like the coaches are getting the defense in position to make some good stops, but they're coming in too high, and there's a lot of arm tackling. So Their tackling has to improve to have a chance to win this football game tonight. Let's go to Bowling Green. And Bowling Green's defense needs to account for Donnell Griffith on every play. They need to know where he's at. Somebody needs to know where he's at because he's the game breaker for Louisiana. The second point is the Bobcat defensive backs cannot cheat too hard on the run while they're watching Donnell because the Caswinder to Javon Reese connections taking the top off the defense numerous times already this year, so they can't get caught cheating in too much.
Yeah, and that's something that's plagued Bowling Green. In fact, your keys for Louisiana could very well go right to Bowling Green. The missed tackles and playing from behind. Bowling Green has not had a hot start yet this season.
Sure. And then I want to go to the shared key for both teams, and they need to play clean football tonight. Louisiana in the last two games, they've had a few more penalties than before, a few more missed assignments, a few more I don't know what the play is. So, for both teams, I think whichever team has the less penalties, the missed assignments, the less turnovers, is probably going to come out with a victory tonight.
False starts have been a plague for Bowling Green so far this season. They've got to clean that up, and both teams need to take care of the ball. I think whoever wins the turnover battle tonight is going to win the ball game.
I agree.
Those are our keys to the game. We'll take a break, come back. Starting lineup still to come on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Center Locker Service, Law Offices of Briscoe and Brannon, BLE Construction, and Ambassador Plumbing.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
This is Marianne Everhart with Community State Bank of Missouri. At Community State Bank, we don't just work here, we live here. As a locally owned and operated bank, we are deeply rooted in the success of our communities. Equal housing lender.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. Open every day 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance needs. Call or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance Agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starting lineups, first the defense for the 1-3 Bowling Green Bobcats are coached by Cody Spiegel, and they'll have in the defensive backfield the safeties, number 0, a sophomore Mason Murray, and number 1, a senior Chase Buffington. The corners, number 4, a sophomore Jackson Perkins, and number 11, a sophomore Cameron Valahowski. The linebackers, number 5, a senior Jordan Pasley, number 20, a freshman Eli Bartels. Also at linebacker on the outside, number 55, a sophomore Dallas Henderson. And on the outside, number 80, a junior Jackson Henry. And then on the defensive line, the defensive tackle is number 69, a senior Jakari Clark. The nose guard is number 62, a junior Christopher Ike. And the end is number 51, a junior Tyron Oberhaus. The offense for Louisiana, also 1-3, coached by Steve Geschwinder. They'll have at quarterback a sophomore, number 1, A.J. Geschwinder. Also in the backfield, number 24, a running back, a sophomore, Donald Griffith. and the fullback is number 7, a junior, Ben Settles. The receivers, 2 tight ends, a senior, number 6, Will Chidster, and the other tight end is a senior, number 12, Jared Wilkinson. And then the wide receiver is the junior, number 3, Javon Reese. The line for Louisiana, the center is a junior, number 50, Johnny Miller. The tackles on the right is a senior, number 54, Luciano Navarro. And on the left is a junior, number 72, Elon King. And then the guards on the left side, you've got number 56, a senior, Garrett Santiago, and a senior on right guard, number 58, Griffin Murray. So those are the starters on offense for Louisiana, defense for Bowling Green. And the Bulldogs have taken the field and heading to their sideline. Bowling Green, right before we started the starters, went to their sideline as well. So we are just minutes away now, about 7 minutes from the opening kickoff here from Cunningham Field, Louisiana, and the 2025 edition of the Mayor's Cup here on Eagle 102 Sports. Mark Froenig, Kelly Henderson, and it's a good atmosphere, good crowd on both sides. This is one of the better crowds I've seen this season for both Bowling Green and Louisiana.
Yes, it is a nice crowd. Beautiful weather. Just made to order to watch a football game on a Friday night out here. And, the number one thing is we want to see a good, hard football game, but we also, want health for all these football players at the end of this game, too.
You've been with Louisiana all season. I've been with Bowling Green all season. I'm impressed by the numbers that Coach Geschwinder has out for this year's Bulldog team.
Yeah, if you look down the roster, where he kind of got that little help from is the freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's 10 or 11 freshmen on there, and that's always the start to heal a program. Whenever you can get some numbers coming up from the younger guys and keep those guys out, and hopefully next year the 8th graders that are there now that are going to be freshmen, they'll have another decent crop from them with some numbers, and then pretty soon you look up and you've got 50 people on your squad, which just does all kinds of good things for a football team.
Yeah, you can have a real practice, offense against defense.
You can, and competition for starting spot can be a great motivator and can make you a lot better practice player and can just do all kinds of things.
Absolutely, and with their increased numbers, Bowling Green dropping a few as the season's gone on, really these rosters, these sidelines look about equally populated. A few more coaches on the Bowling Green side, but sometimes less is more there too.
Yeah, it definitely can be. Seems that Steve Geschwinder runs with one other coach, and then he has a spotter up in the booth, and that's about all they run. And
A
they
spotter
seem to
or
get
a
it
dad?
done. Well, both. Both.
Absolutely.
Both. Yes, sir.
It's Louisiana, it's Bowling Green, it's the Mayor's Cup. We'll take a break, come back with the coin flip after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by William Road Enterprises and JGS Cattle Company, DG Firearms, Backdoor Brick Oven, and Custom Works.
Lynn's Heritage House, your home for affordable and home-like senior living, is perfect for independent seniors or those needing assistance with daily activities. Lynn's has a dedicated staff providing around-the-clock support and comprehensive health monitoring. Residents can relish the same lifestyle they've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing help is available when needed. If you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or needs care from a hospital stay or surgery, call Lynn's to set up a tour and visit soon. Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane, Louisiana.
This is Jonah Jones with Community State Bank of Missouri. At Community State Bank, we believe in keeping your money where it matters, here at home. Community State Bank is committed to serving our neighbors with personalized financial solutions. Whether you're looking to grow your savings or need a loan for that next big step, we are here to help. Your loan decisions are made by people who understand your needs because we live here too. Community State Bank of Missouri with branches in Bowling Green and Troy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Mayor's Cup here at Louisiana. The officials for tonight's game, the referee is Mark Brassfield. The umpire is Brett Clare. The linesman is John Walter. The line judge is Jim Lawson. And the back judge is John Schild. So again, Brassfield, Clare, Walter, Lawson, and Schild, your officials here for this Week 5 matchup, this rivalry matchup, this EMO conference matchup. Both these teams looking for their first conference win, by the way. And, of course, the Mayor's Cup on the line tonight.
Yeah, it's early enough, Mark, that whichever team comes out of this is still technically in the hunt to win the EMO. They would need to run the table where it's at. So this is, to salvage a season, this game is very big.
And we've seen Wright City much improved on their new field, their new campus. North Callaway saw them last week. They are double tough.
Oh, I have not got to see them yet, but I've been watching their scores and, of course, their record, and it looks like that they're having an easy way of it most of the time.
Yeah, that offense, the air attack wasn't very highly regarded coming in. They came and threw the ball with effectiveness, and it was set up by the running of their running back Galbraith. They were definitely a two-dimensional, multi-dimensional offense last week against Bowling Green.
Well, and you don't want to overlook Van Far at this point.
Exactly.
They're state ranked now, and I've got to see them for 2 ball games now, and they are a force to be reckoned with.
It'll be the Bobcats receiving the opening kick here in the 2025 Mayor's Cup. That kickoff coming up next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Get Spot a Shot, Bouquet Florist and Gift Shop, Brown's Auto Body, and M. Chandler Timber Company.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Bulldogs a kickoff left to right. Bowling Green set to receive. The final 6 seconds of pregame rolling off the clock, and then we'll get this game going for the Mayor's Cup from Cunningham Field, Louisiana.
Mark, interesting note, the kickers for Louisiana, last name are Taylors, and they're twins, and had them last year in 8th grade, and they played a lot of soccer, and for freshmen, they can really kick the football.
Bowling Green going to roll out a new offense tonight. They're going to switch Chase Buffington from quarterback to the lead running back, and Dylan McMenemy will get the start as it's a squib kick fielded at the 20-yard line across the 30 to the 40. Jackson Perkins.
Yeah, Mark, in today's high school football, at least in what I've seen this year, I may have seen 2 kickoffs so far that had a chance to be returned. The rest of it, they went to this little squib, and I think coaches just don't want to give a free running play to the other team anymore.
We've seen a return for a touchdown from Chase Buffington this season. It was on a do-over at Wright City. That was the only score for the Bobcats that week. 1st and 10. Bowling Green lines up in an I. They hand it off to Buffington on 1st down, and he dives forward for a gain of about 3 out to the 46-yard line.
So I know they got 3, Mark, but that was pretty good for Louisiana. They have had trouble on that power perimeter play, that off-tackle play all year, and it looked like that they did a good job of setting edge and linebackers filling a lot better than what I've seen in the previous games.
Almost 4 on the pickup. We'll call it 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground for Buffington again. Makes a move across the 50, 45, spins off a tackle, and he's into the secondary and down toward the sideline. He may go, and he is finally brought down inside the 5-yard line. Huge pickup for Buffington, and Bowling Green set up early.
So they run the power to the other side, kicked the end out, but they did set perimeter well enough to turn him back in. They just didn't – Louisiana did not have any help from the linebackers to come up and fill like they were supposed to give him that long gain. And good job by Buffington recognizing that gap and getting downfield.
11 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Minute gone in this ball game, and Buffington has Bowling Green set up first and goal from the 5. Hand off to Buffington again. He breaks a tackle and gets forward, still fighting, and he is stopped short. That's the call on the field down at the 1. It'll be second and goal.
You know, Mark, there was one of the keys, had a Louisiana defender get his hands on him 2 yards deep into the backfield, and it was an arm tackle, and Buffington easily broke that tackle and was able to get a little bit of positive yardage out of that.
Buffington's not the biggest running back you're going to play, so if you can wrap up those legs, you can bring him down. And he was able to escape that one. Second and goal from the 1. They stick with Chase, and he follows the tackler in for the touchdown. Bowling Green takes the lead, their first opening possession score of the season, 10-11 to go in the opening quarter. And it's 6-0 Bobcats with the extra point to come.
Nice job on the left side of that Bobcat offensive line. They just overpowered the defensive line, didn't let any linebacker shoot through, and just pushed them back far enough to allow Buffington to get into the promised land.
They'll go for 2, as they always do. Early touchdown for the Bobcats. Rollout. McMenemy puts it in the air, and it's caught on the far side. The 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, just a little out. Louisiana's defensive back was kind of caught looking into the backfield and gave the Bobcat receiver enough separation to be able to make a pretty easy throw and catch there.
I think that was that Andrew Jones? Was that a 10 on that catch?
I think so.
Looked like it, and with 10-11 to go in the opening quarter, it's 8-0 Bowling Green here at Louisiana on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Mick Mailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, Sun Window Company, and Mimi's Pantry.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starring Lemon Lime. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
When it comes to septic or plumbing problems, trust the experts at DC Septic and Drain. Serving Pike County and surrounding areas, they handle septic maintenance, repairs, clogged drains, water lines, trenching, grease trap cleaning, and new septic system installations, including the advanced ones. Reliable service, skilled technicians. DC Septic and Drain keeps your home or business running smoothly. Maintain, protect, and prosper with DC Septic and Drain.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Hickerson and the Bobcats attempted an onside kick. It's recovered by Louisiana at the 43-yard line. So that's where they'll take over on their first possession, 1st and 10.
Yeah, a nice recovery by Remington Welch on that onside kick.
It was Vanahowski on the 2-point conversion reception. 8-0 Bowling Green. And caught in the backfield is Griffith and pushed back. That'll be a loss of about 5 on the play. And that was the key to the game, is contain Donnell Griffith, and they did that on that first play.
Yeah, Bowling Green did a really nice job of bringing the players to that perimeter. Looked like linebackers, and it might even been a little dog to the outside there. And there were way more Bobcats there than there were Bulldogs off that right tackle.
Clock running, 9:36 to go in the opening quarter. 8-0 Bowling Green. Geschwinder flanked by both backs. In a shotgun, has trouble with the snap. He's going to have to come to the near side with it. Tries to break contain, and he's going to get a gain of about 2 on the play.
So there's on the miscue side that we talked about tonight, you got to give Louisiana one. He fumbled the snap, and you just can't have those things whenever you're a evenly matched football team.
Well, Sunday Night Football would have told him that was the greatest play ever, recovering the fumble. And
yeah.
Collinsworth would have been all over that. 3rd down and about 14 after a gain of 1 on the play. Here's Donnell, and he's in trouble again. Wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. He's going to be taken out at the 31-yard line. It's going to be a 3-and-out for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs were trying to go wide there to the left, and with the fullback on the lead, and the fullback took 2 steps and fell down, and so he lost his lead blocker at that point, and the play was doomed.
And, with the cooler temperatures, you might get a little slicker playing surface here at Cunningham Field.
Very possible.
Punt team comes on for the Bulldogs. Bobcat return man, that's Buffington at the 30-yard line. The kick in the air. It's going to bounce just, that ball's live. And it's picked up by Buffington after it hit one of the up players, and he runs it out of bounds on the far side, just shy of the 40-yard line. That could have been a mess.
What a heads-up play by Buffington right there, because there was 3 Bulldogs right there ready to recover that. And Buffington saw what had happened, and he took the chance and scooped it and did it cleanly, and Bowling Green gets to keep possession.
With 7:48 to go here in the opening quarter, 2nd possession for the Bobcats. They scored on their first. Ball at the 39-yard line of Bowling Green. McMenemy brings the offense back onto the field. 17 on the play clock as they break the huddle. Loaded backfield, Buffington hits the outside. Tried to cut it back and is met by a gaggle of Bulldogs.
Yeah, Louisiana, at least on its perimeter plays tonight, are doing a lot better job about coming up, setting the edge. On the long run by Buffington on that first series, though, the linebackers didn't fill, so whenever they turn Buffington back in, or whoever the ball carrier would be, those linebackers has got to be there to fill that inside.
Almost 2 on the run, 2nd and 8. Bowling Green doesn't get in a huge hurry getting to the line. It's bit him a couple of times this season. Give to the up back Pasley this time, and he's out to the 45-yard line.
Mark, I don't know if you noticed, but there was another arm tackle by a Louisiana defender that had him at the line of scrimmage, and I think that's the 3rd one that I've counted so far, and that's what I was talking about before the game, is that Louisiana is getting players in position, but their form on their tackling just needs to improve.
And Jordan Pasley's just too big of a guy to be arm tackling like that.
Right.
Big, strong, gym rat for sure. On 3rd down and about 3, they pick up the first with Buffington across midfield to the Louisiana 49.
Yeah, Bowling Green coaches have done a nice job of scouting Louisiana on film. That play right there is what Louisiana's had the most problem with all year long.
Nearing the midway point of this first quarter. 1st and 10 Bobcats. They actually put it back on the Bowling Green side of the 50, the nose of the ball at midfield. Still 1st and 10. McMenemy hands off again to Buffington, and he falls forward for a gain of about 4.
Yeah, just a little lead, power behind tackle there. It seems like Bowling Green's offensive line is moving the Louisiana defensive line far enough that they can just go 3 yards in a cloud of dust until they break one.
And that's what they give them there. They move the spot back a yard, so it's 2nd and 7 with 5:25 to play in the quarter. Pitch out this time on the far side. Head of steam, and Tackle just shy of the first is Jackson Perkins. Different look there.
Yeah, a little pitch out. Perkins looks like he's got a nice little burst to get around the corner, and Louisiana didn't get anybody there until he was already 2 yards down the field.
Set up a 3rd and about 2 at the 42-yard line of the Bulldogs. Clock continues to run down to 4:45. 18 on the play clock as they come to the line. They go right back to Buffington. He's got the first down yardage, still on his feet, and still the pile moving downfield. Brought down at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 Bobcats.
Yep. Louisiana switches between a 4 and a 5-man front. Sometimes they use Donnell Griffith sometimes as a monster. He'll even line up on the line. That time Louisiana come up in a 5-man defensive front and still wasn't able to stop the run, which has got to be a little concerning to Coach Gaswinder.
And Bowling Green is just going pound, pound, pound right now, and that's got to wear out a Bulldog team, a younger Bulldog team.
Sure, and as they say in high school football, run it until they stop it.
Exactly. Here's Buffington again. Just 7-8 yards, and whistles come out, and a timeout taken by Louisiana. Probably a good one for Coach Geschwinder there with 3:52 to go. Bowling Green moving downfield, leading 8-0 in the Mayor's Cup on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Mike Henry Excavating, Silex Banking Company, Lacrosse Lumber in Louisiana, and Pure Ambition Coffee.
If you've got land that needs clearing or drainage that needs attention, call Buchanan Excavating in Nebo. They offer professional skid loader and mini excavator services, specializing in brush cutting for trees 8 inches and under, CRP cleanup, and tile repair. Whether it's pulling unwanted trees or tackling tough terrain, Buchanan Excavating gets the job done right. Local, dependable, and ready to help. Visit their Facebook page and get your next project lined up. Buchanan Excavating in Nebo.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
After the timeout, Buffington was met near the marker and pushed back about 6 yards. I'll give them forward progress, and it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it looks like the timeout served them well. They made a little defensive adjustment there to maybe shore that up a little bit.
Checking out is Murray in with the play. Is McMenemy. Down to 3:16 to go in the quarter. This is a big 3rd down for the Bulldog defense, but it's probably 4-down territory, so they're going to have to make 2 stops. And Pasley's got the first down. Got what he needed.
Yep, just a quick little hitter to the up back there, and there was a nice gap there between looked like the guard and the center to me, and a nice little crease, and he found it and got his 3 yards of cloud of dust and a first down.
The Bulldogs were there. Pasley just moved the pile enough, about a yard past the marker to move the chains again. They're inside the 25 to the 24. Back to the eye. Fakes the handoff. McMenemy to the far sideline with it and overthrows his intended target. That was Vanahowski.
Yep, he was looked like that he had a bunch of steps on the D-back for Louisiana, and the safety was late coming over to cover. I guess the D-back thought he had help there, and if he did, that safety was way late helping.
So 2nd and 10 from the 24 for the Bulldogs. Murray comes back in. Vanahowski to the sideline. McMenemy in with the play. Clock stopped on the incompletion with 2:40 to go in the quarter. 8-0 Bobcats. Inside handoff, and not a whole bunch there. I don't think they got anything.
No, good job by Louisiana D-line that time, filling gap. It's one of the few times so far that I noticed that Bowling Green actually ran to the weak side of their offense. From what little bit I've seen and what I've seen tonight, I think they definitely like to run strong side a lot to their offense. So
3rd and 10 after a no gain for Pasley. Bulldogs looking for a stop. They go back to Buffington, and he's going to get about 6, maybe 7. They'll go for it on 4th down.
So, Mark, what helped that is that you're up back on that power lead. Is going off tackle or just a little wider than that. Is doing a great job of kicking out the guy who's supposed to set the edge. You know, Louisiana's guy has got to stalemate that block, and even better yet, try to beat it and get off of it. But the up back for Bowling Green is doing a great job of kicking that out and winning that battle.
4th and 4 for Bowling Green inside the 20. Here we go. They go a reverse. Vanahowski breaks a tackle. Is it going to be enough? I think it is. It's right at the marker according to the side judge, and they say, yeah, 1st down.
Yeah, minimal gain, but it was enough for the 1st down, and I thought Louisiana had done a nice job of staying at home on the backside where it's at to have not a bigger gain than what they actually had.
That was 2nd, maybe 3rd effort by Cameron Vanahowski.
Yeah, Louisiana didn't do the best job of tackling at first contact, and they've had that problem all year long.
Hickerson spread wide on the far side. Give back to Buffington. He goes up the middle with it and dives inside the 10 to about the 6.
You know, Buffington did a really good job of reading his block right there. He was wanting to step outside, and the Louisiana defenders got a half a step right there to turn him back in, and he went on and cut it inside to get the positive yards.
Down to 32 seconds to go in the 1st quarter, 8-0 Bowling Green. Now they've got a 2nd down and 2 inside the 10-yard line. Bobcats would love to score 2 in the 1st quarter. Here's Buffington. He's brought down at the 5. He's going to be shy of the 1st down, and that's going to take us to the end of the quarter. 8-0 Bowling Green, but they're going to have a 3rd and short at the 5 when we start the 2nd on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Kayla Caldwell, Kearns Construction, United Credit Union, and Twin Pike Family YMCA.
For over 40 years, HeartCare Chiropractic Center has been the trusted name in health and wellness in Bowling Green. Located at 300 West Main, just off the square, HeartCare Chiropractic specializes in helping athletes of all ages stay at the top of their game. Whether recovering from a sports injury or looking to improve mobility and performance, student athletes and their families turn to HeartCare for expert chiropractic care they can rely on. As the action heats up on the field, court, or track, HeartCare Chiropractic Center is proud to support local athletes and keep our community moving strong. Call today to schedule an appointment.
At Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, we're always cooking up ways to serve you better. We're now open Wednesday through Saturday, taking orders from 11 a.m. all the way until 8 p.m. So you've got even more time to enjoy your favorites. We're closed on Sundays, but still available for private events with advanced booking. We've got your cravings covered with extended hours on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Real food, real flavor, right here in Pike County. Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Start of the 2nd quarter in the Mayor's Cup. Bowling Green has it 3rd and 1 inside the 5, so there's a 1st down to be had here as we start quarter number 2. They keep it on the ground, fighting forward. They've got the 1st. Stop shy of the goal line, but it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, quick hitter to the fullback right there. And the interior of Bowling Green's offensive line is just moving Louisiana back the majority of the plays right there. I think Bowling Green might have found a little soft spot, at least for the time being.
1st down and goal. Ball inside the 1-yard line. So you got 4 shots at it. Louisiana in that goal line defense. On first down, and did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Bowling Green. 11:26 to go in the second quarter. And it's 14-0 Bobcats with the conversion yet to come. Chase Buffington gets a 1-yard run.
Just the power play off to the right side again. And, sometimes Louisiana is going to have to win some of the blocking battles there if they want to put a stop to that play. But so far, Bowling Green has been able to run it with a lot of success.
See what they do here on the 2-point try. They roll out again, put it in the air, and it is no good.
Yeah. Intercepted by Donnell Griffith. Now, a little story behind that, you used to be able to intercept and return it, but that rule was changed because of something that happened on this field many years ago, about 40 years ago. Changed that rule.
Oh, so that wouldn't happen to Centralia again? Okay. All right, 11:26 to go in the first half. It's now 14-0. Bowling Green will keep it here after that story was too good to send it to break. And we're ready for the kickoff now. At least Louisiana is. Bowling Green coming out onto the field now, but just a good sustained drive that time. There was no big play for Bowling Green. It was just a lot of pushing and shoving up the field.
In high school football, I always say, give me a great offensive line and Metacore running backs, and I'll beat your great running back and your Metacore offensive line every time. And right now, Bowling Green's offensive line is just owning the field.
Something that they've struggled with so far this season. They need a get-right game. And I'm not counting the Bulldogs out yet. I'm feeling a push coming from Louisiana. Short kick, fielded at the 35 and running all the way across the field. Only going to get 1 or 2 on that return.
Yeah, Mark, not counting the Bulldogs out on that comment. I talked about that in the keys to the game. The last 2 games, they've started really slow in the first quarter and seemed to find something in the second quarter later in the games, but they've already got themselves in this hole now. So, if they're gonna find it, it better be on this drive.
That was number 18 on the return. We don't have an 18 on the roster that was sent out today, so
no,
somebody had a number change. 11:18 to go in the first half. Ball marked at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They come out in an I. Roll out Geschwinder. He puts it in the air, a little bit of a floater, and it goes over the hand of Jared Wilkinson.
Yeah, Mark, Geschwinder has done a really good job, most especially whenever he moves to his right, of being able to drop those in. He's got some pretty good touch. Did not show it there. It was under a little bit of pressure, but not horrible. Just not one of his best efforts that I've seen on touch on the football to drop it into the receiver.
That's where Chris Grody would talk about setting the feet, and it's harder to throw on the run. Handoff, that was a high handoff, and not much there for Ben Settles.
Yeah, and when that quarterback's rolling out, he needs to get his shoulder pads parallel to the line of scrimmage. And A.J. does a pretty good job of that where he goes to the right and has improved whenever he goes to his left. We've seen him have some trouble in the first game going to his left, throwing the ball, but he has improved as the seasons went on doing that.
No gain for Settles on 2nd down, so it's 3rd and 10, still at the 36. Down to 10.5 minutes to go in the half. 14-0 Bowling Green. Bowling Green almost jumped. Inside handoff, and again, nothing there. Jakari Clark was on top of the pile, and number 62 for the Bobcats, Christopher Ike, initially wrapped him up.
Yeah, not a good sign for Louisiana. They've been able to get 2-3 yards at will on that little quick hitter to the fullback Settles in these other games, and Bowling Green did a nice job of defending that play. He ran it to one side, then the other, and couldn't get anything on either side.
They will punt it away. Second punt. This is a good one. And it will hit at the 31 and roll out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's where the Bobcats will take over. 1st and 10 when we come back on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Service and Supply Co-op of Vandalia, Adams Plumbing and Electric, Magruder Limestone Company, and Home Bank.
At Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green, we're not only helping kids grow stronger, we're helping grow a stronger community for the future. Pediatrician Dr. Barbara White provides the specialized care your child needs from birth through college. To schedule an appointment, call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Mike Henry Excavating has served Pike, Lincoln, and Warren counties for over 15 years, providing excellent service and a job well done, offering a large selection of services such as demolition work, septic systems, water lines, footings, gutter drain services, and more, all at an affordable cost. Check out MikeHenryExcavating.com for more information on services and scheduling. Best of luck to area teams this sports season. From Mike Henry Excavating in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Buffington 3 yards on 1st down. He gets a pitch out this time and will maybe get a yard on the far sideline. It's going to be 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, that was one of the better reads the Louisiana defense has made tonight. They saw it pitch coming. The outside defenders and D-backs left their man, was able to come up and make that stop, and it was a quick read by the defense. And usually they've had some trouble reading that quick in some previous games.
20 on the play clock, 8.5, down to 8:20 to go in the first half of this ball game. 14-0 Bowling Green, 3rd and 6. And a timeout going to be called by Bowling Green as they were running out of play clock. 8:05 to go, second quarter. 14-0 Bobcats lead Louisiana on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Tire and Auto, Tea Time Golf, United Community Bank, and Rick Rodhouse Country Financial Agent.
With 14 stores across Missouri and Illinois, La Crosse Lumber Company provides lumber, quality products, and service to homeowners, builders, DIYers, and more. With some of the top brand names in the business available, La Crosse Lumber has what you need for your next project. Stop into any location for a free estimate before you start your next build. La Crosse Lumber Company, the oldest, most reliable lumber and hardware company in the Midwest since 1873.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
The Louisiana Bulldog Band playing the Imperial March from Star Wars. I think they want something big out of the defense here.
Yeah, I see they moved Hunter Talbert into the defensive line, which he's a bigger boy.
Fakes the handoff. Flags come out. Hit as he throws is McMenemy, and that one nowhere near the intended target. Pasley there on the coverage for the Bulldogs were Settles and number 20, Troy McDaniel. Did you catch the flag?
I haven't caught a signal yet. Here we go. As
illegal
Green.
Shift, yeah.
So your first penalty of the game.
And they declined it. Set up 4th down and 6.
Yeah.
Good decision there by the Louisiana coaches.
Yeah, looks like the first stop Louisiana's made tonight to make them punt the ball.
Buffington has done the punting for the most part. This time, that was Hickerson punting for Bowling Green. So that's a change, and the ball will roll inside the 40 to the 38 and down by Mason Murray. With 7:48 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Louisiana made a couple adjustments. Looked like they switched out some personnel on their defense on that last drive. And that's been kind of what they've done in the previous two games. It seems they make those adjustments, but again, you're in a hole now, and would like to see them make those just a little quicker, but sometimes it just doesn't happen that way.
Carrollton leading Pleasant Hill and Friends 20-0 in the first quarter. New Berlin leading Pittsfield in the second 7-0, and flags and whistles before the snap. And a false start against the Bulldogs.
All right. 1-1 on penalties.
Pittsfield's tied that game now, 7-7. A blocked punt returned for a touchdown ties that game. So the Saukeys pull even with the Pretzels.
Oh, I always wanted to call the Pretzels and Boilermakers football game.
That'd be a pretty soggy pretzel, wouldn't it? Over on the far side is Donnell Griffith. He's got the far sideline, and he's gone. He's going to take it. Oh, one man back for Bowling Green. Where did Perkins come from? Jackson Perkins just appeared out of nowhere to stop that run.
Yeah, he did. He took a pretty good angle. I thought Donnell Griffith probably, he tried to cut it inside, and I thought he should have went on down the sideline with it. But, it is what it is. Great gain. Little bit of power outside there. Bowling Green didn't get the edge set, and Donnell Griffith got around it for a huge gain.
All the way down to the 21-yard line of the Bobcats. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, their best possession so far. And they go right back to Donnell, and he's inside the 20 to about the 17.
So, Mark, now Louisiana's kind of running their power off tackle and sometimes a little wider. So, I need to chart how many times teams run that in a game, and it's going to be by far the majority of the offensive play that is ran.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 for Louisiana. Down to 6:36 to go in the second quarter. Louisiana trying to get on the board. A.J. puts it in the air, and it is incomplete. And there's the flags. Pass interference going to be called against the Bobcats.
Yeah, the Bowling Green D-back just tackled Reese as he went by, and as he went by him. So, that referee had no choice but to pull the laundry out.
I think everyone threw the flag on that one.
Yeah.
6:29 to go. That'll make it a first down. And set the ball, looks like inside the 10 at the 9. Looks like that's where they're setting up.
The result of the penalty is a Bulldog. First down.
That's where it'll be. 1st and goal for Louisiana. They go right back to Griffith, and he takes it to the far side, breaks one tackle, and gets down to the 5. Good run by Donnell Griffith.
Yeah, it was a small crease, but Donnell found it. A little bit, looked like maybe just off tackle there, and it was just enough for him to squeeze through and get some positive yards.
A.J. brings the play in from the Louisiana sideline, down to 25 seconds on the play clock. 6 minutes to go in the half. 14-0 Bowling Green. Hand off. Nope. He keeps it himself, and AJ's in for the touchdown. Louisiana on the board. 5:50 to go in the first half, and it's 14-6.
Yeah, well, nice fake, nice ball handling there by AJ. The majority of the Bowling Green defense bit off on the fake and followed Donnell Griffith. And A.J. Griffith was able to find a pretty wide gap right there in midline and was able to basically walk in.
2-point conversion could make it a 6-point game. Or are they going to kick? They are going to kick the extra point. Well, this is a treat. We don't get to see too much of this. We saw it at Wright City. There's the hold. The kick is good. Straight through. 14-7. Nice kick that time by Braden Taylor, the soccer-style kicker, like you said in the pregame. 5:50 to go here in the first half. It's a one-score game on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Pike County Memorial Hospital, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, People's Bank and Trust, and Pepsi.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
14-7. Good job selling the play action by Donnell and AJ, and Geschwinder in for the 5-yard touchdown. Extra point good. And we got a one-score game, Kelly.
Yeah, and almost a script. Louisiana looks like they're kind of lethargic in the first quarter and can't get it together. All of a sudden, here comes the second quarter, and here they come.
Both sides of the ball. They got the stop. They got the score. 5:50 to go in the second quarter. Griffith going to kick it off. Tries for the onside, and he missed it. It's not going to go 10 yards. And there's the Bulldog player downing it.
Yeah, it was an onside attempt that Griffith just missed. I don't know that his kicking skills are near up to what his running back skills are at this point.
Yeah, he was trying to kick it to himself is what he was trying to do, and just got too much on top of the ball. Almost ran over the ball.
Yeah, almost outran the ball before he kicked it.
Bobcats will take over at the Bulldog 45-yard line. First and 10.
So they'll take it where it was downed by Santiago. And Buffington spins off a tackle and gets positive yardage. That should have been a loss of 1, and a nice job by Chase.
Yeah, Chester was 2 yards deep in the backfield and had hands on him and just couldn't bring him down. Buffington did do a nice job of breaking the tackle, but the form of the tackle wasn't textbook.
That'll take us down to about 5 minutes to go in the half. Bowling Green wants to tack on another here before the second quarter ends because Louisiana gets the ball to start the second half. 2nd and 9 for the Bobcats. They go back to Buffington. A little delay there. Makes the move. He's got first down yardage. Still on his feet on the far sideline, and finally drugged down inside the 30 to the 26.
Yeah, nice little counter action play by Bowling Green. Louisiana's edge defender on that side decided he would bite off on that first fake and started coming down the line, and he was already hooked by the time that Buffington got the ball and was going back to the left.
1st and 10 for the Bobcats. They're moving again. Louisiana got the stop the last series after Bowling Green had scored on their first 2 possessions. Handoff goes to Chase again, and he's got about 7 on that first down run.
Yeah, Chase has some real good acceleration. And again, Bowling Green's offensive line won the battle pretty well. They had most of Louisiana defensive line 2 yards down the field. So, running whenever that's happening is pretty easy.
New Berlin has scored again and lead Pittsfield by 8. That's in the second quarter still, about 8 minutes left. in the first half of that ball game. 3:47 to play in the half here at Cunningham Field in Louisiana. Buffington makes a move back and kind of jumped right into the fray there and still got something positive out of it.
Well, Mark, the Louisiana end that time set edge and turned him back up field, and the linebacker filled just like he's supposed to do, flowed and filled. So that's how that play's supposed to be defended.
3rd and a long 1 for the Bobcats, as we're down to 3:17 to play. 25 on the play clock as the quarterback hits the huddle.
I wonder if Louisiana's going to stay in this 4-man front for this play, because I would bet a lot of money it's up back.
And flags come out. And it is against the Bobcats. That helps if you're Louisiana.
If you're Louisiana, it does help. And, Mark, I believe we're 3-1 on penalties right now.
So it's going to be 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 1, almost 7. 3 minutes even, and they'll wind the clock.
So now that kind of takes that quick hitter to the fullback out of play. I mean, you can run it, but it's be much more successful at chances of being successful at 3rd and 1 rather than 3rd and 6.
Mm-hmm. Here's Buffington, finds the edge, and he is brought down close to the marker. And they're going to say first down.
Yeah, lead block for Bowling Green that time. Fullback went out and done a lot better job of kicking that defensive end out and getting in, made a wider hole where Buffington didn't have to turn up field so much, and he had that angle over to the sideline and was able to get a nice gain there.
And knew how much he needed and dove for the flag. Down to 2:40 to go. Excuse me, 2:09 to go in the half. And on first down, not much there. Good job by Louisiana closing things up.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to cut that a little wider, maybe off tackle or so. And Louisiana had defenders on that perimeter right there, so he had to turn it up roughly behind the guard. And Louisiana's defensive line kind of shed the block and was able to fill the hole and make the tackle there.
Generous to give him 1 on that play. It's 2nd and 9. Ball on the 15-yard line. McMenemy brings the play in from the far sideline. Louisiana almost encroached, and Buffington just feeling his way through will gain about 6 on the play.
Yeah, Mark, again, you got to give kudos to the Bowling Green offensive line. You know, they're moving as a unit. They're moving the whole line of scrimmage at times, 2, 3, 4 yards down the field. And the Louisiana defensive line has got to at least stalemate it. If they feel like they're being double-teamed, you got to go down if you're a defensive lineman and create a pile there, those types of things. But they can't just stand up and be on skates and go backwards.
3rd and a short 3, long 2. We're under a minute to go, down to 45 seconds to go in the half. And again, flags come out. I think this one's going to be against the Bulldogs. It is.
3-2 at this point, and I believe it was on the defensive tackle. There, it looked like it went early, and it always mystifies me because those guys on defense are the closest ones to the football.
Mm-hmm. Bowling Green's been pretty successful getting the defense to jump. Back to Buffington, head and shoulders fake, and he's in for the touchdown. Chase Buffington, with 26.8 seconds to go in the half, extends the Bobcat lead to 20-7.
Yeah, nice job that time. The defensive end for Louisiana over there, which is so important, these defenses, and instead of going on and taking the outside to beat the block to turn him in, the defensive end took a step in, which allowed Buffington everything over to the sideline of just nobody touched him.
20-7, 2-point conversion to come. Familiar formation. They go to Buffington. He cuts it back up the middle, and he's in for the two-point conversion. Buffington, the touchdown. Buffington, the two-point conversion with 26.8 seconds to go in the half. It's now 22-7. Bowling Green leads Louisiana in the Mayor's Cup on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Community State Bank of Missouri, Shireman Memorials, and Mike Ingram Plumbing.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Well, that was a big score for the Bobcats, Kelly, as it'll be Louisiana have the ball to start the second half. Now they can't tie it on that possession.
Yeah, it was huge. And, the series before on defense, Louisiana done a pretty good job of stopping that off tackle on that perimeter play. On that series, not so much.
Bobcats will kick off. Hickerson with 26.8 seconds to go. Puts it in the air. Fielded on the near side by Remington Welch. He actually banged into his own man to catch that kickoff.
Yeah, they avoided catastrophe, which looked like what was getting ready to happen there, and was able to at least keep the ball for the few seconds that they have left.
Bulldogs will take over.
You got to take at least one shot downfield, right?
I would think so. Depending on how you do it, Bowling Green's rushing pretty heavy. If you got a screenplay, this may be a good time to run it.
First and 10 from their own 37-yard line, and a timeout going to be taken by the Bobcats. So a defensive timeout, still 23.7 seconds to go in the half on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Advanced Physical Therapy, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, People's Savings Bank, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza has fire baked pizza for everyone. Now you have multiple ways to get your favorite meal. You can call 573-324-4444 or go online to backdoorbrickoven.com and DoorDash will deliver it. While on the website, browse through all the meal options, including your healthier choices, like a crustless pizza, a 12-inch cauliflower crust, or a salad. Remember, Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza is a great gathering place for all your parties as well. Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza, Business 61 South in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
After the timeout, does Louisiana change up the play? Because that's why Bowling Green took the timeout to set up for whatever Louisiana had going. Geschwinder couldn't get on the same page as his receiver that time, Troy McDaniel.
Yeah, it's a little surprising to me that Bowling Green at least doesn't have one defender back fairly deep. They were all within about 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, maybe 8. And I kind of thought maybe with no more time that was left that they would back a one-man kind of play center field safety on it, but they chose not to. And the first play was successful for them.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Geschwinder rolls out to that far side, puts it in the air, and Griffith, the closest Bulldog to the area, it's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Bowling Green is just not going to let anybody get to the outside. They're extra people. Instead of sending them up the middle, it looks like they're sending them out off the edge, making sure that nobody gets around the edge here on this series. So they may have to come up with something different than rollout, in which I don't recall Louisiana passing out of anything but a rollout.
Wilkinson out, McDaniel in, or the other way around on this 3rd down play. And the ball, did it come out? It did, and I think Pansley fell on it.
Yeah, the exchange was never good. Donnell was bobbling, trying to get a hold of it, Donnell Griffith, and it bounced up just a little bit, and the Bowling Green defender was able just to snatch it out of midair and fall on it.
Jordan Paisley gets the ball back, and now you got a short field, only 10 seconds on the clock, but you only have to go 37 yards.
We'll see how Louisiana chooses to defend this. They still in there with a 4-man defensive front.
You would think Bowling Green would look for something downfield, try and double up here before the end of the half.
Yeah, but you don't want to, throw a pick six or anything here either, and really take that momentum the other way coming back from the half.
Buffington is the deep back, and they're going to keep it on the ground to the far side, see if something breaks, and he's still on his feet, and that's going to pretty much take the time off the clock. They kept him in bounds, and that's the end of the half. Now they blew it dead. Are they going to put any time on? Louisiana's heading to the locker room. .5 is, I think, what they're going to put back on there.
Mark, again, my point, and I think that you saw it pretty clear. Louisiana defenders was around Buffington after he gained a few yards, but they're so high on him, and just trying to arm. They're just not getting their pads at a good level for a tackle and wrapping and stopping Buffington at this point.
I think they had a handful of jersey and were spinning him around a little bit there at the end.
Right.
It'll be 2nd and 4. Bowling Green did take their final timeout, up 22-7, and you got to take the shot here. It's got to be in the end zone or close to it with 2.5 seconds to go. Louisiana breaks their huddle, heads back on defense.
I did notice on the last play, Louisiana did have a lot of their defensive backfield fairly deep, guarding against something. So, a mid-range pass right now, there should be a vacant zone right there for Bowling Green, as Louisiana has so many people deep, and then see if they can run it and beat the defenders.
Mm-hmm. They keep it on the ground to Buffington. Flag comes out, and that's going to end the half.
Unless it's on the defense.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold on the offense, though.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
And that's the end of the half, with Bowling Green leading 22-0 over Louisiana here at Cunningham Field. It's the Mayor's Cup. We'll have the halftime report for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Cluckey, Noah Builders, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Heart Care Chiropractic Center.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up.
Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza has fire baked pizza for everyone. Now you have multiple ways to get your favorite meal. You can call 573-324-4444 or go online to backdoorbrickoven.com and DoorDash will deliver it. While on the website, browse through all the meal options, including your healthier choices, like a crustless pizza, a 12-inch cauliflower crust, or a salad. Remember, Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza is a great gathering place for all your parties as well. Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza, Business 61 South in Bowling Green.
Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals. Join thousands of satisfied customers and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFN.
2 quarters in the books here at Cunningham Field in Louisiana. Mark Front, Kelly Anderson back in the broadcast booth. Mayor's Cup 2025, and the gap between these two teams, Kelly, is a lot smaller in 2025 than it was in 24.
Yeah, that's correct. But Bowling Green has done a good job, as far as I'm concerned, in high school football, of winning the line of scrimmage. They've won on the offensive line, and they've won with their defensive line, and they have pretty well dominated Louisiana on the counter side of with their line. So far things look pretty good for Bowling Green.
And there was the one drive Louisiana was able to put together. They did a little bit different there, and had the one really big play from Donald Griffith, but it was just a bit of a tweak in their attack, and it had Bowling Green on their heels momentarily.
Yeah, they made some changes and saw some things where they thought maybe they could have a little more success. And Louisiana has done a nice job of trying to adjust after they see some things aren't working. And but it wasn't enough. Now on defense too, they did some adjustment in the second quarter and stymied Bowling Green for a little bit, but Bowling Green come back and I think they did some adjustments and was able to tweak a little bit on that power play off tackle and wider, and was able to be successful again on offense.
Very interesting call to go with back-to-back runs for Bowling Green. You had a chance to really rip the heart out of Louisiana and score 2 touchdowns in the last minute and a half. You go with 2 runs instead of a deep ball and come up empty.
Yeah, you do, Mark, but on the other side of that, Bowling Green been gashing Louisiana on that play, and there was a chance that they could have broke one loose for a touchdown there. And the other side of that is when you put the ball in the air, as Woody Hayes used to say, there's 3 things that happen, and 2 of them's bad.
Yeah.
So, like I was talking earlier, you put the ball up in the air, Louisiana would happen to get a pick 6, on that and happen to score. You change the momentum all the way around for the second half. And I don't mind what Bowling Green did there.
22-7. That final score does keep Louisiana. They're going to get the ball to start the third quarter from being able to tie it, and I think that's a comfort factor for Bowling Green going into the locker room.
Yeah, I think so. In Bowling Green right now, again, their offensive line is doing a really good job. We saw a lot of, again, 3 yards in a cloud of dust and just some sustained drives. Where Bowling Green felt like that they could just move the ball 3 and 4 yards at a time and put some drives together, and that Louisiana couldn't stop them. And that was true every time but once. So Bowling Green has got to feel pretty good about continuing. As long as their offensive line continues to do what they did in that first half, they've got to feel good about the second half.
And talking to Coach Spiegel before the game, he said some seniors quit, addition by subtraction. You see that some players maybe that didn't fit in that locker room, and then you got a Chase Buffington who is moved from quarterback to running back. Instead of pouting and I'm not the star anymore, he has made the running back position into a star position tonight. He's been very good on each carry.
Yeah, and I think a lot of your football coaches, especially with these high school kids, they want character people who can do those types of things and who put those things aside. All your offensive linemen, you just talked about the star position. Again, I go back to the offensive line. They never get that recognition, but they work just as hard or harder than, the quarterback does on every play. And I think, all your offensive linemen have to be people of character to be able to do that, because it's thankless. And, again, to see a skill position player do it is not as common, but it's very good that Buffington has that type of makeup that he can do that and make the team better.
Yeah, shows his character, like you said, shows he's a selfless and a good teammate to switch from that, the glory of quarterback to the grind of being a high school running back. 14 and a half minutes to go before the teams come back on the field. We'll take a break here. Been enjoying watching the junior cheerleaders perform down on the field here at halftime of the Mayor's Cup, and we'll be back with the first half scoring after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by William Watson Hotel and Watson 1838, J. Roberts Jewelers, Wood Smoked Meats, and Hayden's Motorsports.
Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza has fire baked pizza for everyone. Now you have multiple ways to get your favorite meal. You can call 573-324-4444 or go online to backdoorbrickoven.com and DoorDash will deliver it. While on the website, browse through all the meal options, including your healthier choices, like a crustless pizza, a 12-inch cauliflower crust, or a salad. Remember, Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza is a great gathering place for all your parties as well. Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza, Business 61 South in Bowling Green.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana offers inviting guest rooms, each with its own unique character and historic charm. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Wake up and shake up your day at Pure Ambition Coffee Company in Bowling Green, located at 220 West Main Street. From fresh brewed coffee to Fizzy Lotus energy concoctions and dirty sodas, they've got the flavors to keep you going. Pure Ambition Coffee Company, sip happy, live energized.
Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service specializes in all things plumbing, from repairs and professional installations to detailed camera inspections and new home construction. Their expert team has you covered. Experience quality plumbing done right. Call Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service today at 573-719-9474.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
22-7, Bowling Green leading Louisiana here from Cunningham Field at Louisiana High School, and some scores from around the area that we're looking at. It's now Carrollton leading Pleasant Hill, Griggsville Perry Western 31-0 late in the first half of that one. New Berlin, we had said that game was tied at 7. It was actually Pittsfield didn't convert the extra point, and then New Berlin scored again. So it's 14-6 late in the first half of that ball game. First half scoring for this ball game, it was Bowling Green striking first, 10-11 to go. Right off the opening kickoff, Chase Buffington, a 2-yard run, the 2-point conversion. McMenemy passed to Vanahowski to make it 8-0. It was Buffington again at 11:23 of the second quarter. So the second play of the second quarter, a 1-yard run. The 2-point conversion was no good that time. In fact, it was intercepted by Donnell Griffith to break up that play. So it's 14-0. Louisiana stops Bowling Green, gets the ball back, and a great run by Donnell Griffith on the far sideline set up a 5-yard run by A.J. Geschwinder. The point after by Taylor was good to make it 14-7, 5:50 to go in the half. But with 26.8 seconds to go, Buffington scored for the third time in this ball game on a 7-yard run and added the 2-point conversion on a run to make it our halftime score of 22-7. In fact, Bowling Green got the ball back and almost broke off another one there in the waning seconds. That would have been a dagger against Louisiana. But Louisiana still very much in this ball game, Kelly.
Yeah, they get the ball back after the half. I think it's imperative that they put some points on the board on that drive and keep the pressure on. It looks like maybe it's going to be a little bit of a game of adjustments, which coaching staff can adjust the quickest to what the other team is doing. But, yeah, Louisiana, if they go down and score here right after half, then we come back and it's a lot tighter than what it is right now for sure.
So both those games, the Pleasant Hill Griggsville Perry Western game against Carrollton and the Pittsfield game against New Berlin are halftime scores now with no change. 31-0 Carrollton and 14-6 New Berlin leading Pittsfield. So 2 quarters in the books here at Cunningham Field. It's a 22-7 Bobcat lead over the Bulldogs. More of the halftime report coming up after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Service and Supply Co-op of Bowling Green, Buchanan Excavating, Ackles Farm Market, and Bill Allen Auction Service.
This year, People's Savings Bank is celebrating 90 years of serving our community.
For 9 decades, we've been more than just a bank. We've been your neighbors, your partners, and your trusted friends. As we mark this milestone, we're reflecting on our roots and looking ahead to the next 90 years of helping you achieve your dreams. Join us in celebrating 90 years of strength, service, and community. People's Savings Bank, the people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
When it's time to honor your loved ones, trust the experience and care of Shireman Memorials. Locally owned and operated by Jason, Shireman Memorials offers expert sandblasting, carving, etching, and design. With decades of experience, Jason's team will help you create a memorial that your family will be proud of for generations. Each stone is crafted with the utmost care and dedication. Visit Shireman Memorials today at 1135 West Washington Street in Pittsfield. Let them help you design a lasting tribute. Shireman Memorials, Pittsfield, where memories are carved to last.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
22-7. Bowling Green leads Louisiana here at the half. The band sounded good. The junior cheerleaders did very well as well. And we're just about ready. About 7.5 minutes to go before the start of the second half. And how does Louisiana get back in this ball game? What does their offense have to do?
Well, I think that they have to continue to find the small creases. It seems like that they've had some success with the little power plays off tackle sometimes. And I don't mind seeing them throw the ball a little bit more than what they have, but I think that they're going to have to quit the rollout episode and maybe come off of play action a little bit and not go so wide, because Bowling Green has those edges hemmed up pretty good. It looks like that most of what Bowling Green's running is man coverage, and Javon Reese is one that's been able to beat man coverage most of the year. Chester from the tight end position has done a fine job with his route running to be able to get open. But I think that the rollouts need to probably be put away at least for a while.
Yeah, and they did good with the play action. The fake handoff to Donnell opened up the touchdown for Geschwinder. I think if you can do a little misdirection, you can open up holes in this Bowling Green defense.
I agree. Bowling Green has a really aggressive defense. It looks like they have a tendency maybe to overread just a little bit. And so, going back to your misdirection, your counter plays, those types of things, as long as your ball handling is good enough, I think should open some things up for Louisiana. I agree.
And having the ball to start the second half is a quick way, if you can capitalize, to get back in the ball game.
Yeah, it does. And I wonder if Louisiana's defense may not widen their backers out a little bit more. I would make Bowling Green beat me on something other than that power play off tackle. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me in a different spot other than that.
Yeah, because if you do get the score, you're going to need a stop at some point against this Bowling Green offense, as they've done almost everything they've wanted to with that ground game led by Chase Buffington in the backfield. 22-7 our score. Bowling Green leading Louisiana. The Bulldogs are back on the field, still waiting for the Bobcats to return from the locker room. We'll take a break, come back with more of halftime after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Sun Valley Accounting, DC Septic and Drain, Knight Equipment Company, and Bowling Green Lumber Company.
It's the most complete building center in the area. Everyone knows that's the Bowling Green Lumber Company on Champ Clark Drive in Bowling Green. Tackle that home improvement or construction job with ease with great quality products and tools from Bowling Green Lumber Company. From the foundation to the roof and everything in between, they can supply all your building needs. Prompt, professional, and courteous service is always offered at no extra charge. In fact, while others are trying to make money, they're just trying to make friends. That's Bowling Green Lumber, 7th and Champ Clark Drive in Bowling Green, 324-5400.
This is Michael Mudd, President and CEO of Silex Banking Company. Come visit us at our 20 South 2nd Street location in Silex for a sit-down one-on-one experience. If you can't stop by, visit us online at silexbank.com. We also offer mobile deposit, e-statements, and online banking. Silex Banking Company, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Some other scores from around the area as we get ready for the second half. Monroe City leading last check 28-0 over Clark County. The last score I got from North Shelby was very early. I'm not even going to report that one because it's probably changed by now. But scores kind of slow coming in tonight. Do I have a halftime score here? I think Van Far leading Montgomery 14-12 at the half. I think that's a current score. Wright City leading Mark Twain 28-8. Does that sound right? Yeah. New Berlin still leading Pittsfield 14-6. North Shelby leading Paris 16-14 at the half. Pleasant Hill, Western, Griggsville Perry trailing 31-0 to Carrollton. That's a halftime score. Palmyra leading North Callaway 14-0. I think that second half just got underway there. The Quincy Blue Devils trailing Moline at the half 14-0, or that was in the first quarter. And Troy Buchanan trailing Howell Central. That was an early score, 7-0. Camp Point Central leading Unity Mendon at the half, 36-0. No score reported. That Hannibal Mexico game. That's a big one. We'll try and get you an update on that score as well. So just some scores from around the area. Yeah. That's all we've got right now. They're kind of slow coming in tonight. But Bowling Green leading this one 22-7 at the half. The Bobcats have finally gone back to their sideline as we're just about 4 minutes away from the start of quarter number 3. It'll be Louisiana receiving the kick. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bowling Green tried something on that second half kickoff, Kelly.
Oh, absolutely. If they could happen to get an onside kick or a little pooch that Bowling Green would happen to recover and then take it down and score, you would go a long way to putting this game on ice.
Absolutely. We'll take one more break before the start of the second half. Again, it's a 2-score lead, 22-7. Bowling Green over Louisiana from Cunningham Field. It's the Mayor's Cup 2025 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Center Locker Service, Law Offices of Briscoe and Brannon, BLE Construction, and Ambassador Plumbing.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. Open every day 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
This is Marianne Everhart with Community State Bank of Missouri. At Community State Bank, we don't just work here, we live here. As a locally owned and operated bank, we are deeply rooted in the success of our communities. Every decision is made with our neighbors in mind, and every customer is treated like family. We take pride in supporting local businesses, helping families achieve their financial goals, and making our hometown stronger. When you bank with us, you're not just an account number, you're part of something bigger. Community State Bank of Missouri, with branches in Bowling Green and Troy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
22-7, Bowling Green leads Louisiana going toward the third quarter. And Kelly, let's talk about that Palmyra North Callaway game. again. Palmyra, we knew after the Bowling Green game, was much improved. They're beating North Callaway tonight into the second half 14-0, and that is a team that went from a good team, a much improved team, to a common goal. They're playing their hearts out for their teammate JT, who's still in the hospital in Columbia, and it's actually been great to see the football community come together. A lot of coaches are bringing their captains to visit JT in the hospital at MU in Columbia. So not just Palmyra, and it has solidified that they're reserve. They want to win for JT, but the whole football community going out to support him.
Yeah, it's nice to see people put the little stuff away and know what's important, and to be able and to go over and support that young man where they can. And, I've read numerous things to where, so many different area teams have done different things, and including, I believe I saw a little video message from Nick Bolton, the linebacker with the Chiefs, to the young man with a word of encouragement. So it is it's nice to be able to put the little rivalries away and know what's important and do those character moves like that.
And it's nice that Nick Bolton remembers what it was like being a high school athlete, being a college athlete, being you don't forget those memories of playing on Friday nights.
Yeah, and we all know this is a tough sport, and that injuries can be a little part of it, but you hope to never see something that's severe to happen to JT.
Absolutely. Teams back on the field. Bowling Green set to kick off to start the second half of this ball game. Mark front of Kelly Henderson here in Week 5, the midway point of the season. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to start talking about district seedings and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was listening to Durr's report tonight on the station, and he mentioned this is the halfway point of the season already.
Yeah,
and it just seems like we just got started, so it is kind of hard to believe that we're that close to district play.
Well, and we're just getting into our broadcast schedule for softball, and they're having senior nights. I mean, it goes by in a blink, that's for sure.
It does, and it's like anything that you enjoyed, watching or partaking in. Time sure flies whenever you're having fun.
The years get quicker and quicker.
Yes, they do. I've had, I can remember I had 7th hour in high school that lasted longer than the last year of my life, I believe.
That's right. Absolutely. Bowling Green set to kick off. Hickerson. Bennett puts a boot into it. He kicks it deep. Fielded at the 25-yard line, and busting through is Donnell Griffith to midfield, and finally brought down in Bobcat territory to about the 47. Good return, Donnell Griffith.
Yeah, Mark, I'm absolutely shocked that they kicked the ball to him. I thought that we would see a squib and make Louisiana play from the line of scrimmage. I'm a little surprised that Bowling Green did that.
They give him the 48, but into Bobcat territory for the Bulldog offense. They need to capitalize to keep pace with Bowling Green. Geschwinder brings the offense onto the field. 2 backs behind him. Receiver on each side. And the handoff is met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. No gain.
Yeah, there's some more of that Bowling Green defensive line dominating the offensive line of Louisiana. The offensive line couldn't move anybody there, and the Bowling Green defensive line was able to stand at the line of scrimmage and just wait and catch Settles on that quick hitter.
Yeah, they're going to give Ben about a foot gain on the play, so we'll call it 2nd and 9. Clock running down to 11:20 to go in the third quarter. Just underway in the second half. Trying to find some space. Griffith, a stiff arm. Flag comes out in the area of a hold against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's never a good thing to have a short gainer like that and get a penalty. On top of it, they've got to clean that up a little bit.
We'll get the official word here momentarily from the referee, and he does call holding. It'll remain second down, but it's going to be second and about 20.
Yeah. And as hard a time as Louisiana has moving the ball, this is just not a down and distance that they want to try to deal with at this point.
It's interesting how low under center A.J. Geschwinder gets, because it almost seems like that takes an extra step to get up out of that crouch. He's almost sitting on the ground. Pitch out to Griffith, and he's caught in the backfield and brought down. Number 55 for the Bobcats, Dallas Henderson, the sophomore, threw him down for a loss.
Yeah, they did a good job. You know, Bowling Green runs this 3-4 defense, and usually you can run against it, but you can't run naked to the outside of it because your blockers can't get out and get those outside linebackers if you don't have them there. So Louisiana needs, if they're going to run that perimeter, they need to send the lead blocker out to kick that outside linebacker.
Third and about 23 after a loss of 3 on the play. All the way back to their own 40-yard line. Geschwinder in trouble and just throws it away. The closest receiver was Javon Reese, and he was about 10 yards beyond the ball.
You know, Mark, I'm not sure why A.J. flushed to his right there. The middle of the pocket was still intact, and whenever A.J. gave up on staying in the pocket, he ran right into the pressure on the edges. Bowling Green's doing a nice job of getting some pressure on those edges, and I think that he just needed to stay in there and make the throw.
So punt team on. Bowling Green got a stop that they needed. And the kick goes straight up in the air, and Bowling Green wants to get away from it. Takes a Bobcat bounce and down at the 49-yard line.
Not the best net yardage on that punt. I think it's going to wind up with, about 10?
Yeah.
Out of that. So we'll see if Louisiana made some adjustments here. See, first thing I would think is widening out those backers and trying to help your defensive end on those power plays off tackle and on edge. But we'll see what they've done here.
First and 10 for the Bobcats. First possession of the second half. 9:57 to go in the quarter. So the drive didn't net any yardage, but took about 2 minutes off the clock, and Bowling Green gets a gain of 1 on first down.
Yeah, that's that play. That's their other standard there, where they run 2 lead blockers right there at the tackle and try to take on. Louisiana did a nice job of beating some blocks that time and having enough defenders there to pretty well shut that down.
Gets it to the 49, 2nd and 9 for the Bobcats. Little change in personnel. Murray goes to the sideline, so does Vanahowski for the Bobcats. On 2nd and 9. They go to Chase Buffington. He gets about 3. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
So nice little counter action by Bowling Green in the backfield. Fake to the fullback left, turn around and give it to Buffington. He takes off to the right. Louisiana did a fair job of backside backer staying at home and keeping that perimeter somewhat intact.
Yeah, I liked. They just kept pushing him to the sideline, never let him turn that corner upfield.
Yeah, that sideline can be a very solid defender if it's used properly.
On 3rd down and 7, Buffington breaks through a tackle. He's got the first down. He's into the secondary and finally brought down from behind. And I think they're going to get a horse collar maybe.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
That's going to add 15 more to the end of that run and really set up Bowling Green nicely after that run by Chase Buffington.
Yeah, there was a couple Louisiana defenders that, looked like they had a hold of a foot here and there on that long run, and Buffington done a real nice job of keeping his balance and powering out of those grabs, for lack of a better term.
There is the horse collar. And they'll march it off. This will take it all the way down inside the 15 to about the 13. Clock at 8:24. Almost got Louisiana to jump, and I think they did. I think Louisiana was in the neutral zone there. Oh, they're going to say false start against the Bobcats. So 1st and 15.
Must have been on the far side of the field there, Mark. I did not see any Bobcat move early.
Looked like the entire Louisiana front five had moved, or front four had moved. So 1st and 15, here's Buffington. Got a couple of those yards back. It's going to be 2nd and 13.
Yeah, Louisiana on their left defensive side did a pretty fair job of setting edge. I don't know why that whenever they're doing that they're not coming upfield a little bit to shorten the lane down even further. They just act like they're kind of, whenever they do get established, they're just kind of sitting there and catching.
They go back on the ground. Was that Chase again, or do we have a different back in there that time?
Can't get a number yet.
Yeah, it was Chase.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell if that was him or Perkins.
Yeah, I really thought, Mark, that was going to be a bigger gain than what it was. Again, I was watching the offensive line move Louisiana's defensive line down the field, and but the backers and the corners come up and run support pretty good on that play to keep it to a minimal gain.
Just over 5 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Bowling Green got a stop of Louisiana. Here's a pitch out to Buffington. He's got a little bit of a hole. And finally brought down after a gain of about 3. It's going to be 4th and 5, it looks like.
From what you were saying earlier, I guess Bowling Green doesn't have a kicker that they would feel comfortable with trying to kick a field goal here. So this is 4-down territory for him for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, Hickerson is capable. He was a soccer goaltender growing up. So he's got enough leg. He just hasn't been put in those situations a lot. He kicked a lot of extra points last year. And more movement on the Bowling Green side. It's going to be 4th and about 11.
Looked like the left guard to me that time. For Bowling Green was going early.
That's going to be a huge penalty. That pushes them back to, what about the 20? No.
Yeah.
About the 15.
Yeah.
Shy of it.
Yeah.
But 4th and 11 is, that one's hard to get back. We talked about that in the pregame. You got to get rid of those false starts. Buffington fakes the halfback pass and runs out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
Buffington made a wise decision there. He went back to pass, and his receiver was actually double covered in the end zone. So he made a wise decision to pull that down and run it, even though they didn't get the first down. That sure beats the
alternative
pick there, yeah.
So now Louisiana will take over at, their own 8-yard line?
Yeah, I believe so.
So a long field ahead of them. If they would have picked that off in the end zone, it would have been out to the 25.
So now we'll see if Louisiana retweaks from their first series to at least get a first down here.
Mm-hmm. That's a good job by the Bulldog defense, though, to regroup after giving up a pretty big run.
It was, and was aided by a couple penalties for Bowling Green. So that's it's always nice to get that gift whenever you're struggling.
Gain of 1 on first down. Now a timeout is going to be taken with 5:11 to go in the third quarter. We'll take one as well. It's Bowling Green 22, the Bulldogs 7 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by William Road Enterprises and JGS Cattle Company, DG Firearms, Backdoor Brick Oven, and Custom Works.
Lynn's Heritage House, your home for affordable and home-like senior living, is perfect for independent seniors or those needing assistance with daily activities. Lynn's has a dedicated staff providing around-the-clock support and comprehensive health monitoring. Residents can relish the same lifestyle they've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing help is available when needed. If you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or needs care from a hospital stay or surgery, call Lynn's to set up a tour and visit soon. Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane, Louisiana.
Enjoy a stay that's anything but ordinary. Discover the William Watson Hotel on the Square in Pittsfield, a beautifully restored historic hotel offering charm, comfort, and modern convenience. Whether you're visiting for business or exploring Pike County, the William Watson Hotel in Pittsfield gives you a one-of-a-kind experience in a landmark building dating back to 1838. With cozy rooms, friendly service, and a prime location near shopping and dining, including the Watson 1838 restaurant right downstairs. It's more than a stay, it's a story. Book your visit today, WilliamWatsonHotel.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
After a loss for Louisiana on third down of 2 yards, it's going to be 3rd and 11, and we've got an injured Bobcat on the field.
Yeah, Mark, the last 2 plays, Louisiana's come out in their double tight, single wide formation, and they must be seeing something that I'm not seeing. Usually that's a formation where your offensive line's winning some battles, and you're able to run along it, and they just, the last 2 plays has been, basically behind guard, and there's just been nothing there.
Looks like they're just trying to stretch out a hamstring. Doesn't look like anything serious for the Bobcats, and that's number 55, Dallas Henderson. Or excuse me, yeah. Being helped to his feet now, and I think he's just cramped up pretty good. Reaches down, and he'll make his way off the field under his own power. And we'll get back to play here on a 3rd and about 10 and a half. For Louisiana. So good news that it doesn't look as serious as some of the other injuries that the Bobcats have had this season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see now if Louisiana tries to exploit the sub for Henderson over there and maybe run right at that side and see what happens.
Absolutely. 3rd and long for the Bulldogs inside their own 10. Give up the middle and pushing the pile. They got about 7 back. And that was Ben Settles, the fullback, and it's going to be 4th and 3, and Louisiana will have to punt, but they're not going to be punting out of their own end zone.
Yeah, Settles ran with
high snap, and it's going to go out the back of the end zone. Nope, it is going to be a safety. So Bowling Green gets 2 more points as the snap goes over the head of Braden Taylor and out the back of the end zone. Safety. I think that's the first safety I've ever called.
The Louisiana's had some sporadic problems with their long snapping this year, and it's reared its ugly head again and has given Bowling Green 2 points.
That makes it 24-7, so now it's a 3-possession game. And Louisiana will have to free kick it back to the Bobcats. Comes with 4:06 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Louisiana doesn't look like that they have they've got an answer yet to break Bowling Green's defense. So whatever tweaks they make, they need to look at something else, I believe.
And now the Bulldog defense is going to need another stop. So the free kick, and Bowling Green has Buffington back deep. Puts it in the air. Kick will be fielded by Perkins. He turns it back upfield. Makes a man miss, and he's gone. Perkins, will he get past the last man? No, but takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. I thought that was not the smartest thing, picking that up with your back to the end zone. That ball could have gone out of bounds.
Yeah, the coaches were going, oh, no, no, no. Oh, great play.
Yeah.
Where it's at a little risky, but he made it pay off.
Jackson Perkins all the way down to the Bulldog 10-yard line. Or they that's at the 10 with 3:55 to go in the quarter. Wow. And Bowling Green can almost put this game away with a score here.
Yeah, it would be a very large hole for Louisiana to crawl out of if Bowling Green scores a touchdown here.
Buffington makes his move up the middle, and he is. Did they call touchdown? No. Down to the 1. 9-yard gain. Going to be second and goal from the 1. The Bobcat coaches said he was in.
Yeah, Buffington did a real nice job. He just read his block, and the hole was inside, and he just went on and cut it up and found a little seam and had a nice little gain. And he's done that all night long.
I think he went down on purpose. Let's see if we can get McMenemy a touchdown or something on a sneak. Nope, they're going to give it right back to Chase, and he's in for his 4th touchdown of the game to extend the Bobcat lead in this Mayor's Cup to now 30-7 with the conversion yet to come. Chase Buffington for 1 yard with 3:13 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and whenever the offensive line is basically imposing their will, about anything that you want to run will work at that point. So that little simple handoff between guard and center.
Oh, Buffington almost fell down, reverses field, and still gets in for the 2-point conversion. 32-7 with 3:13 to go in the third quarter. Bowling Green in control of the Mayor's Cup on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Get Spot a Shot, Bouquet Florist and Gift Shop, Brown's Auto Body, and M. Chandler Timber Company.
Hey, I'm Megan Smelser, a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. Along with treating many orthopedic conditions, we treat many neurological conditions as well, from vertigo, post-concussion syndrome, post-stroke, multiple sclerosis, and we are certified in the BIG program that is a well-known treatment for Parkinson's. Our biggest goal is for you to get back to what matters to you, whether that be your favorite hobbies, keeping up with your children or your grandchildren, or simply getting around your home with ease. At Advance, we know you have a choice when it comes to physical therapy. We hope you choose Advance PT. We are conveniently located across from the high school track and football field. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Hickerson to kick it off. This time they put it on the ground, fielded by the up man at the 35-yard line, and he'll take it across the 40 to the 43 and finally blown dead there.
Mark, I have to ask you, is this the Bowling Green team that you've been seeing all season, or is there something a little different tonight?
It looks like a more cohesive unit tonight than it has all season. It looks like 11 guys and more that are working toward a common goal. It's a lot less individualism, and when things have gone wrong, they haven't gotten down like they have so far this season. It's interesting to see that the team kind of gel here tonight. Geschwinder puts it in the air on the far side. This one's caught. Gain of about 5. That Chitster on the far side?
I believe so. Yeah, that's that little from the tight end position. That's that little out he runs, and even on that rollout, you saw that Geschwinder had people in his face, and Bowling Green's just bound determined that they are not going to let Geschwinder get outside on anything.
He gets 6 on the play on the catch by Chitster, and on the 2-point conversion, it just proves when things are going right, they're going right. Buffington kind of had his feet slip out from under him, runs into his own lineman from behind. That keeps him from going down. He rolls off that into the end zone. And flags or whistles a timeout taken by Louisiana. Coach Geschwinder is animated as he meets his team on the field. Under 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. It's now 32-7. The Bobcats leading the Bulldogs on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Mick Mailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, Sun Window Company, and Mimi's Pantry.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance needs. Call or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance Agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Well, during the break, they come back from the timeout, and Will Chitster catches a rollout to the near side. So he's caught one on both sidelines, and this one moves the chains for Louisiana and gets it all the way down to the Bobcat 32-yard line, 33-yard line?
Yeah, and I think that Geschwinder had saw with Bowling Green bringing those extra guys up on the edge that little out, and he got Geschwinder on a little bit of rollout, but he did it out of play action. And there is, mid-range, the way Bowling Green's playing their defense, there is a hole right there, mid-range passing on each side. So I think that he recognized that and ran 2 nice plays to expose that.
I think that's why Coach Geschwinder was so emphatic when he came out for that timeout. He saw what was developing and came up with a good play for it. And a good block down the near sideline and in for the touchdown. What a block. Opens up the sideline and a score. Ben settles in for the TD with 1:15 to go in the quarter. Louisiana on the board for the second time.
Yeah, nice little play design there, a little play fake, and like Settles was going to block, and then he released out in the flats for a small pass and was just able to go down the sideline. Some nice downfield blocking, as you said, Mark, and opening him all the way up.
With 1:15 to go, it's 32-13. Bulldogs are going to have to go for 2 here. To the near side and gets the pylon. Nice 2-point conversion. Is that Griffith?
Yeah, it is Donnell Griffith.
To make it 32-15 with 1:15 to go in the third quarter. This game not over yet. Bowling Green still in control. Up 32-15 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Mike Henry Excavating, Silex Banking Company, La Crosse Lumber in Louisiana, and Pure Ambition Coffee.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Far side. Vanahowski got that bouncer. Comes back to the near side as one man to beat. And a nice open field tackle by Jalen Reese.
So, you know, what I think I counted 5 different Louisiana defenders that had contact with Vanahowski before he finally got tackled. And, Mark, I think you're seeing what my concern was with Louisiana tackling.
Looked like Jalen Reese a little worse for wear after that final tackle, that open field tackle that saved a touchdown. That takes it almost to midfield to the 47-yard line of the Bobcats. 1st and 10 for Bowling Green after just a weird return. Here's Buffington. Makes his move into the secondary and brought down, and then flags at the end of it. He rip off the helmet of Buffington?
Yeah, I think whenever the helmet comes off in the defender's hand, there's probably going to be some laundry that comes out on the field, Mark.
So it was a gain down to the Bulldog 40, and if they don't pick it up, you can tack 15 more onto that. Face mask. They'll march it up the field, and that's costly for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that hurts them. You know, nice gain by Bowling Green on the run, and then, you know, tack on the 15 whenever you felt like after the Louisiana just scored, maybe that they could at least, you know, stalemated the momentum, but now Bowling Green has it back.
All the way down to the Bulldog 25. Down to 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Quick moving game tonight. They go to Pasley on first down. He's going to have first down yardage. Has the far sideline, and Pasley stayed in bounds and in for the score. Jordan Pasley makes it 38-15. Bobcats with 35.5 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, simple little give off tackle, and Paisley bounced it outside. They just Bowling Green has seen the soft spot right there and knows that Louisiana defenders right there having some real problems shutting the run down off of that edge, and they're going to run it until they stop it like they should.
They'll set up for the conversion again to try and make it 40-15, and looks like they're going to be stopped short this time of the 2-point try. So keep it at 38-15. The Bobcats leading the Louisiana Bulldogs here in the Mayor's Cup at Cunningham Field. 35.5 seconds to go in the third on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Kayla Caldwell, Kearns Construction, United Credit Union, and Twin Pike Family YMCA.
When it comes to septic or plumbing problems, trust the experts at DC Septic and Drain. Serving Pike County and surrounding areas, they handle septic maintenance, repairs, clogged drains, water lines, trenching, grease trap cleaning, and new septic system installations, including the advanced ones. Reliable service, skilled technicians. DC Septic and Drain keeps your home or business running smoothly. Maintain, protect, and prosper with DC Septic and Drain.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Here it's 38-15. Bowling Green leading Louisiana as Hickerson squibs that kick, fielded at the 40-yard line, sidestepping a man was Remington Welch, and then brought down with no further gain. That Palmyra North Callaway game toward the end of the third quarter, 22-6. The Panthers leading the Thunderbirds.
Mark, which way would you have went if the over/under was 53 tonight?
I'm not a betting man.
Well,
when I bet on things, they usually don't turn out for me.
I can tell you, I think that I would have shot for the under with some confidence.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot more points scored in this game than what I sure anticipated.
Yeah, that is true. I was thinking maybe a 20-14 game or something like that, coming down to the final possession, and Bowling Green jumps.
Yeah, Mark, you had said earlier that Bowling Green had kind of battled the penalty flags on jumping offsides this year.
Offsides and false starts. There's been a ton of them, and I think that was Ike that time on the far side. He did everything he could to try and not fall over that that threshold, but he couldn't stop himself. So it makes it 1st and 5 at midfield for Louisiana. Geschwinder in trouble, rolls out, sets, throws, and it's short of the intended target. Was out of bounds as well. He was looking that time for Javon Reese.
Yeah, Mark, it looks like we have a late flag. Looked like at the end of that play it come out.
The flag is on the far side. The play was to the near side. So we'll see what the indicator is. There's the white hat. I couldn't find him in the crowd there for a second. Ineligible downfield. Wow.
Yeah, one of the linemen had drifted too far down through there. You know, that play, they led Settles out to that time to seal the end, and they have not had very good luck maintaining the block. Geschwinder had to go extra deep on that rollout to get around the linebacker to even throw it out of bounds.
So back to where we started, 1st and 10. That was a miscommunication, and AJ got tackled high. Across the 45 to the 42. Good run by Geschwinder. Then he about got his head taken off at the end of it.
Yeah, broken play. Geschwinder was trying to give the ball to the fullback. Obviously, the fullback didn't want it, and Geschwinder just saw the Bowling Green defense going toward that ball carrier and slipped through another gap and had a nice game.
We have reached the end of the third quarter. It's the Bobcats 38, the Bulldogs 15. Back with the fourth after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Service and Supply Co-op of Vandalia, Adams Plumbing and Electric, Magruder Limestone Company, and Home Bank.
If you've got land that needs clearing or drainage that needs attention, call Buchanan Excavating in Nebo. They offer professional skid loader and mini excavator services, specializing in brush cutting for trees 8 inches and under, CRP cleanup, and tile repair. Whether it's pulling unwanted trees or tackling tough terrain, Buchanan Excavating gets the job done right. Local, dependable, and ready to help. Visit their Facebook page and get your next project lined up. Buchanan Excavating in Nebo.
For over 40 years, Heart Care Chiropractic Center has been the trusted name in health and wellness in Bowling Green. Located at 300 West Main, just off the square, Heart Care Chiropractic specializes in helping athletes of all ages stay at the top of their game. Whether recovering from a sports injury or looking to improve mobility and performance, student athletes and their families turn to Heart Care for expert chiropractic care they can rely on. As the action heats up on the field, court, or track, Heart Care Chiropractic Center is proud to support local athletes and keep our community moving strong. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
The ball hits the ground. That would have been a great catch on the far side by Jamin Reese to
or Javon Reese to start the fourth quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
The Bowling Green defender went up and had really good position, nice coverage on Reese, and jumped up and bounced off the defender's hands, and they were both going down. And I thought Reese had corralled it, but it's on the far side of the field, and obviously he did not make a good catch there.
End of the third, Carrollton leading Pleasant Hill, Griggsville Perry Western 38-0. New Berlin now leads Pittsfield 20-6. That's final seconds of the third quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs in Bobcat territory. AJ going to keep it himself. Flag comes out. That's a hold. And let him go. Nice job that time by Eli Bartels. Not continuing that tackle out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like, they was running some sort of counter option there, or I thought it was, and what I thought was the pitch man went ahead and got ahead of quarterback A.J. Kaswinder to block. I thought that's what it was. Maybe that was designed that way. Louisiana's had some problems, especially early in the season, maintaining pitch relationship on their option plays. So I'm not really sure if that was designed or it just happened that way.
The hold takes it back. It'll still be 2nd down, but back on the Bulldog side of midfield to the 48-yard line. 2nd and 20. 11.5 to play in this ball game. Schwinder under center. Rolls out, pressure coming, steps around that, puts the ball away. He's got the sideline, cuts back toward the middle of the field, gets a block, and is taken down at the 25-yard line. Make it the 24, and a nice run by A.J. Geschwinder.
Yeah, pure athleticism there. That wasn't the design play. Went back. I think he's wanting to throw the football, and the pocket collapsed on him so quick he was able to escape and find a lane down his left side, and made some nice moves to be able to get the first down for a nice gain.
1st and 10 from the Bobcat 24. Gain of, 27 yards on that play, and then Donnell is bottled up and taken back for a 2-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, again, I want to give some kudos to that Bowling Green defensive line. They're just beating blocks and shooting gaps and doing a real nice job of keeping Louisiana bottled up for the majority of the night.
2nd and 12 from the 26. Clock rolling down to 10:18. Bulldogs may not affect the outcome of the game, but would love a score here. Pitch out. Oh, big man with the ball. Johnny Miller. He's going to lose 3 more yards.
Yeah, Mark Donnell Griffith has come out of the game here. He's around his head or his eyes or something. The coaches are tending to him now, so they're trying to run this offense without the catalyst that makes it run.
Switch out some linemen. Joe Still comes to the Louisiana sideline. Yeah, they're still talking to Donnell. The trainers haven't gone to him, so I think he's trying to catch his breath. Trouble for Geschwinder. He goes back the other way and just going to run it out of bounds instead of taking the hit or throwing a pick.
Yeah, Mark, I'm not sure that Dallas Henderson was in there again off of that edge, and he has been there all night long. And I'm not sure if he's not being accounted for or if he's just winning the battle every time that he goes. But he's making life rough for the play callers of Louisiana.
Well, he's big and he's mobile too. I mean, he's not a slow guy for as big as he is. And that time, AJ just said, "Nope, I'm done running away from you." And a flag comes out. Do we have a delay game?
Yeah, I think it was
or
play
too many
clock.
men.
Well, I thought it was play clock, but it may have been too many men.
That'll move it back even further. It is 4th and about 25, it looks like. .9:07 to go in the game. I think they just didn't want to kick it in the end zone. Is what happened there. Oh, high snap again. He gets the kick off, and then the roughing the kicker is going to be called on Jakari Clark as he took out Taylor. It's going to be interesting. Was it running into or roughing?
Personal foul. Running into the kicker.
And a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate mistake by the Bobcats there. You've got to be in, I mean, you want to get after that punt, but you've got to be in control enough that you don't draw that penalty.
That he kicked that from like midfield, and they put the football on what, the 23-yard line?
Yeah, I think from where it was at, though, that would have been 15, right?
Okay. That seemed like an awfully long 15 yards. So Donnell Griffith back in the ball game for this new series after the running into the kicker penalty. And that was snuffed out before it ever began as A.J. kept the ball, pulled it back from Donnell Griffith, and there were 3 Bobcats right on top of him. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah. Bowling Green does a really nice job of defending that edge. They have the extra people there, and, you know, they run a 3-4, and you should be able to run against a 3-4, but Louisiana hasn't found the consistent key to doing that.
Clock continues to run. Down under 8.5 minutes to go. We've seen flashes from the Bulldogs tonight. A give. Nice run on 2nd down, and still taking the pile forward was Ben Settles.
Yeah, that was all Ben right there. Designed to go just off a left tackle, and he kind of got stymied right there at the line of scrimmage and was able to make a move enough to kind of break outside just a little bit and turn that into a gain and carried some Bobcats down the field with him for a few yards.
Absolutely. Gain of 11, it's 3rd and 1. Down inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. 7:24 to play. In the 4th quarter, Bulldogs trying to take advantage of that Bobcat penalty on the punt. Rollout, Geschwinder puts it in the air and falls short of the intended target. I think that was actually closer to the diving defender.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw right. It looked like I think Chester was trying to run the out there, and it looked like while the ball was still in there, the Bowling Green defender was behind him and kind of reached out and was trying to grab him, but maybe he didn't get beans. It was on the other side of the field, and maybe that's not quite what I saw, but there was no flag.
So it'll be 4th and 1. Louisiana will go for it. The marker is at the 13. Clock stopped on the incompletion, down to 7:06 to go in the ball game. On 4th down. The give is to Griffith. He's got the first.
Yeah, Mark, that was kind of the first push I've seen from the Louisiana offensive line tonight. It went behind right guard, and they actually moved Bowling Green defensive line a little bit that time, and I think that's about the first time that I've seen that happen.
So they move the meat and get the first down to the 11-yard line of the Bobcats. The drive continues.
We'll see if Louisiana continues with some of the counters and the play fakes, because Bowling Green's over pursuing just a little bit.
1st and 10 from the 11. The give is to Ben, and settles. Gets a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah. Initially, that looked like that was going to go for a few more than what it did, but Bowling Green did a nice job of their defenders rallying around to the ball to shut that down for no more than 3.
Griffith got something from assistant coach Brett Ward and heads back to the huddle. Maybe a smelling salt or something?
Either that or maybe a mouthpiece.
Yeah, that could have been it too. On 2nd down. They push it forward. Ben is very close. Down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal.
Louisiana's found a little bit of success with fullback. With the fullback quick off that left tackle right there, and hitting that little seam that's kind of natural opening right there. And Ben's running as hard as I've ever seen him run tonight.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
Coming out of that fullback position, down to 5:25 to play.
It's not quite an angry run, but it's pretty close.
Right now he's going downhill for sure. On 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And the give through the middle and a touchdown. Donnell Griffith with 5:04 to go in the 4th quarter. It's a 1-yard touchdown for Donnell, and it makes it 38-21.
Yeah, just a simple little ISO play there behind the guard, and there was just enough there to be able to get in.
38-21 with 5 to go. They'll go for 2. Try and make it a 2-score game. The 2-point try. Geschwinder steps around him, and he's in for the 2-point conversion to make it 38-23. It's a 15-point ball game. 5:04 to go in the 4th on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Tire and Auto, Tea Time Golf, United Community Bank, and Rick Rodhouse Country Financial Agent.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
So the running of Ben Settle sets up the 1-yard touchdown by Donnell Griffith. A.J. Geschwinder runs in the 2-point conversion, and it's now a 15-point ball game, Kelly.
Yeah. It's again, we talked about character at halftime, and it would have been real easy for the Bulldog team to just kind of lay down and take the loss, but they continue to fight on here till the end.
5:04 to go, and they'll go for the 2-point try. Pleasant Hill, Griggsville, Perry Western on the board. They trail Carrollton with 6:17 remaining in that ball game, 45-8. Here's the onside, and it was loose for a second. The onside kick was, and Bowling Green falls on it.
Yeah, nice job on the kick. Bowling Green just defended it very well. Their up man touched it, but it went on through, and the second line, one of the Bobcat defenders was able to get close enough and fall on it quickly. He did a nice job for Bowling Green to retain possession.
7 minutes remaining between the Pretzels and the Saukeys. New Berlin leads Pittsfield 20-6. 5:02 to go in this ball game. And Louisiana needs a quick stop, maybe a turnover.
Yeah, I think it would be hard pressed. I don't know what you'd have to do to get the Bowling Green coach to put the ball in the air right now, but
right.
I bet it would be a lot.
I'd be punching at that ball for sure, but Buffington makes a couple of moves and he may be gone to the far sideline across the 25, taken out of bounds, and that silences the momentum for Louisiana. Big first down run for Chase Buffington.
Yeah, his top end speed is not good, but his explosiveness and his vision is very good. You know, he accelerated just the right time, hit the seam off the back of the right tackle of Bowling Green's, and then was able to see there was a lane back to his left a little bit and cut through for a huge gain.
Montgomery County has taken the lead on Van Far 20-14, which of course the Van Far grad, Coach Smith, in his first year coaching the Wildcats, would love to knock off the state-ranked Indians.
Yes, that would have been a very good ball game to watch tonight also.
Flag on the play. Going to negate that run from Buffington. Wright City leads Mark Twain 28-8. Palmyra now up 42-12 on North Callaway. Man, how good is Palmyra?
They are good. Would you repeat that Mark Twain score, please?
Mark Twain score, I've got 28-8.
And who's leading?
Wright City.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I heard it wrong.
Too many cats and tigers. And
Yeah.
That penalty will take the Bobcats back behind the sticks to the 37-yard line, 36-yard line.
Let's see if Louisiana will get their breath after getting a little reprieve here with the penalty.
Hannibal and Mexico tied at 14 in the fourth. 62-0 Monroe City over Clark County. To date, that's Bowling Green's only win is against the Clark County Indians.
Yeah, and I believe, if I heard right, that they trailed for a lot of that game and kind of got together in the fourth quarter, made the comeback. Is that correct?
That is how it happened. It was tied at the half. Clark County scored to take a lead early in the second half, and that kind of woke up Bowling Green. They walked it off after that, but it took a second half wake-up call for sure.
So I'm not sure what's going on with Louisiana's defense right now. They had some good linebacker play in the second and third quarter, and now I'm not seeing the linebackers flow into the play as well as what they were.
Gain of 10. It's 2nd and 5. Buffington on a pitch this time has the first down and then taken down. The clock will continue to run. A first down for the Bobcats. 2:48 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Bowling Green just widened it out that time a little bit. Again, allowing Buffington to use his vision, and he does very good as seeing where the crease is at or where the opening's at and hitting it pretty quick.
Bobcats taking their time. Down to 2:25, so a couple more plays really, and they can close this one out. On first down. Falling forward, gain of about 5. Is Pasley on the run this time. Jordan was the homecoming king last week.
Okay. He sure runs with some purpose too. Whenever he goes, he's got some pretty good acceleration for a fullback, and it looks like Bowling Green is content to kind of just run off that tackle just a little bit, and they're getting positive yards every time. So I don't see them quitting any time till the end of this game.
Play clock down to 15 as the play comes in from the sideline. Game clock's at 1.5 minutes now. The game was for 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Handoff again to Chase Buffington. Steps around a man, steps back through that same hole, and taken down after a gain of about 3 or 4, close to the first down.
You know, Louisiana went back to that 5-man front, and on defense.
On the offense.
Carrollton scored again, by the way, 51-8.
And with Bowling Green running that perimeter as well as they are running the edges, I'm not sure what Louisiana's seen that they move that front back to 5 men. I feel like they need the linebackers back there to be able to flow and help be able to shut that down. But obviously the coaches see something different than I'm seeing at this point.
Looked like there was a hold called. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 instead of 3rd and 1. So the penalty took it back 10 yards. Minute 22 to go. You can almost kneel it out. The give is to Chase Buffington, and he's going to take it in for the score. Touchdown, Bowling Green, with a minute 16 on the clock.
Yeah, they just went back to that lead to the left side, right off tackle, basically in what most people describe as a 7 hole, and I don't think anybody ever touched him.
No. Buffington's 5th touchdown tonight?
I think so.
A 5-pack with a minute 16 to go, 44-23. And it looks like they're going to bring on Hickerson for the extra point. Bennett. First attempt tonight at an extra point. Taylor 1 for 1 on the Louisiana side. High snap, kick is up, and it is good. He had to make an adjustment and put a lot of boot into it and gets the extra point to make it 45-23 with a minute 16 left on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Pike County Memorial Hospital, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, People's Bank and Trust, and Pepsi.
With 14 stores across Missouri and Illinois, La Crosse Lumber Company provides lumber, quality products, and service to homeowners, builders, DIYers, and more. With some of the top brand names in the business available, La Crosse Lumber has what you need for your next project. Stop into any location for a free estimate before you start your next build. La Crosse Lumber Company, the oldest, most reliable lumber and hardware company in the Midwest since 1873.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Chase Buffington scores again. He's had a big night running the ball for the Bobcats to make it 45-23 after Bennett Hickerson kicks in the extra point. So the score might not reflect it. I thought Louisiana played well tonight.
Yeah, not as well as they've been playing.
This is also the best we've seen out of the Bobcats so far this season. Picked up by Louisiana and brought down by the kicker, Hickerson. That might be Bennett's best tackle of the year.
Well, I tell you, I was impressed with the kick. It looked like he had plenty of leg. It was very accurate. So, you know, in the future, if I'm the head coach of the Bobcats, I'm not scared to put him on there and let him kick a few.
Yeah, if you're down 2 with 4 seconds to go, let him have a shot at it.
Yeah, it looked like that he can definitely do the job.
Centralia wins over Macon 50-13. And a timeout taken by the Bobcats with a minute 10 to go, up by 22 points. We'll take a break as well. Come back with the end of this one on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Community State Bank of Missouri, Shireman Memorials, and Mike Ingram Plumbing.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
45-23, Bowling Green leading Louisiana. Minute 10 to go in this ball game. Band still in it. 2 receivers to the near side for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers to the near side for the Bulldogs. Roll out for Geschwinder. He puts the ball up to the near side, and nice catch by Coach Geschwinder on the near sideline. It was intended for Will Chidster.
And, you know, Bowling Green again has done a nice job of not allowing Geschwinder on those rollouts to have free will there. They pretty well bottle him in. Swinder's not real comfortable. He's having to stop and throw a ball that he's really not wanting to throw at that point. So, you know, until they get some of that edge sealed off, Louisiana's not going to have a lot of luck with that play.
Yeah, not the best time to play catch with dad. With 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 for Louisiana. Roll out again. Has a man to the near side. Has to come back to it. Caught. Nice catch by Reese. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. There's 7 Bobcats around him. And he's just jumping around.
Yeah. Is there a flag? There may have been a – is that a marker or a flag?
There's a flag there.
There might have been a push-off. Let's see if they call offensive pass interference.
Yeah, it's against the Bobcats. There was some late stuff, I think.
Okay.
That'll take it across, well, it was already across midfield. Add 15 from the 48. So I'll take it inside the 35-yard line to about the 32.
So Jalen Reese, the very good basketball player, and he's able to position himself and just like he does for the rebounds, and comes down with a lot of those jump balls.
So with 43 seconds to go, Louisiana takes a timeout. I think that's in direct response to Bowling Green taking one a minute ago and scoring a minute ago. So we'll keep it here. Chase Buffington, a big night. Louisiana, they put 23 on the board so far. I mean, the game's not over. They could still tack one on here.
Yeah, you know, Mark, you was talking about Chase, and he's had a whale of a night, done a good job. But if I have to give MVP, I've got to give it to the Bowling Green offensive line.
Yeah.
And, you know, close second, the defensive line, because they've just overwhelmed Louisiana's lines on both sides all night long. And, you know, whenever you're doing that, it's easy for a runner to have a huge night.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 33-yard line of the Bobcats. Trying to get one here late. Halfback pass coming. Still backing up is Donnell. And he's going to just go ahead and run it. Runs through a tackle. Over to the middle of the field. And he is going to be tackled. A high tackle inside the 10, maybe inside the 5. There's a flag, and that's all the way back here at the 44-yard line. And this one's coming back. Going to be a hold.
Yeah, that was, you know, a little halfback pass action there. I believe that A.J. Kaswinder was the intended receiver, and Bowling Green did a really nice job to get a man on him and to cover him all the way down the field, which made Donnell Griffith have to tuck it and have the big run that's coming back.
Wasn't a hold, but it's a personal foul. Yeah, blindside, yeah.
Blindside block.
So that takes us down to 34.5 seconds to go. And you're back to the 47-yard line. Kelly, do you take one more shot, or do you shut it down here?
Well, I mean, you may want to score just so the boys feel better about next week, where it's at, have something maybe to work off of and practice. But
you also don't want to get anyone hurt.
That's right.
High snap. Geschwinder steps around a man, puts it up to the near side, and Griffith was hit as he was making the catch. Good coverage that time. It was Noah Smith.
Yeah. Perfect timing by the Bowling Green D-back there. He waited and closed just as that ball was coming in and got the hand in front of it where it was at. Good for a high school player. That was some excellent timing on that pass defense.
So that'll bring up second down and 23-24 from the 47-yard line. So after this, it doesn't get any easier for Louisiana. They play North Callaway, who are getting beat up on tonight by Palmyra. So they're going to be a mad Thunderbird group. Geschwinder, and that'll do it. The ball game is over, and Geschwinder was limping a little bit at the end of that run to end the ball game. The final score in this one, the Bowling Green Bobcats retain the Mayor's Cup with a 45-23 win at Louisiana. We'll be back with the postgame after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Advanced Physical Therapy, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, People's Savings Bank, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
At Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, we're always cooking up ways to serve you better. We're now open Wednesday through Saturday, taking orders from 11 a.m. all the way until 8 p.m. So you've got even more time to enjoy your favorites. We're closed on Sundays, but still available for private events with advanced booking. We've got your cravings covered with extended hours on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Real food, real flavor, right here in Pike County. Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana.
Illness can happen, whether it's the sniffles, sore throat, or the flu. Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you. Urgent Care is open 7 days a week and is located just off the roundabout in Bowling Green behind Community State Bank. Remember, Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you.
Mike Henry Excavating has served Pike, Lincoln, and Warren counties for over 15 years, providing excellent service and a job well done, offering a large selection of services such as demolition work, septic systems, water lines, footings, gutter drain services, and more, all at an affordable cost. Check out MikeHenryExcavating.com for more information on services and scheduling. Best of luck to area teams this sports season. From Mike Henry Excavating in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
Final in this one, the Bowling Green Bobcats retain the Mayor's Cup with a 45-23 win over the Louisiana Bulldogs. Back at Cunningham Field, Mark front of Kelly Henderson. And Kelly, both teams did some good things. I like the adjustments that Louisiana made to get their 3 scores. Bowling Green always seemed to find a way to close that opening that Louisiana was creating, though, on the next possession.
Yeah, I agree. I think they were both making some adjustments, and that's how a good football game is supposed to go. Mm-hmm. I'm going to move this piece here. Well, I'm going to move this piece here if you do that, and it was good. But as I've said several times during the broadcast, I just think the difference maker was the Bowling Green offensive line first and the Bowling Green defensive line second.
And the team hoisting the Mayor's Cup, the Bobcats are. Jakari Clark holds it high for the Bowling Green Bobcats, who get to keep it another year, and that's at least 9 straight. I think that's as far back as Misha goes in this series. So congratulations on the Bobcats. Next up for these two teams, I mentioned North Callaway coming in here to Cunningham Field next week, and Bowling Green will also return home as they host Van Far. So
yeah, that'll be a good matchup for them. We'll see if this change that Bowling Green made this week. Of course, it was very successful here. We'll see if it's enough for them to overcome Van Far next week.
Absolutely. 45-23 the final. We'll take a break, come back, recap the scoring, look around the area, and wrap things up here in the Mayor's Cup from Cunningham Field on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you this week by Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Noah Builders, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Heart Care Chiropractic Center.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza has fire baked pizza for everyone. Now you have multiple ways to get your favorite meal. You can call 573-324-4444 or go online to backdoorbrickoven.com and DoorDash will deliver it. While on the website, browse through all the meal options, including your healthier choices, like a crustless pizza, a 12-inch cauliflower crust, or a salad. Remember, Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza is a great gathering place for all your parties as well. Backdoor Brick Oven Pizza, Business 61 South in Bowling Green.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
45-23, the final. Bowling Green over Louisiana. Wrapping things up here. Mark Fronick, Kelly Henderson, the scoring in this one. The only score of the first quarter, a 2-yard run by Chase Buffington. The 2-point conversion, good. McMenamy to Vanahowski makes it 8-0. Then to start the second quarter, Buffington in for the second time on a 1-yard run. The 2-point was no good this time. A few minutes later, Geschwinder gets the Bulldogs on the board with a 5-yard run. The PAT by Taylor is straight through the uprights, and Louisiana back in the ball game. But with 26.8 seconds to go in the half, Chase Buffington scores on a 7-yard run. The 2-point conversion by Buffington also good, and Bowling Green had a 2-score lead at the half. Third quarter, safety, a bad snap on a punt for Louisiana is the first score of the second half. Then Buffington, a few minutes later, just over a minute later, scores on a 1-yard run, adds the 2-point conversion again. Geschwinder answers that with a 20 or a 37-yard pass. That 2-pointer to Donald Griffith, also good. And Louisiana not quite dead yet, but then Jordan Pasley, a 35-yard touchdown. The 2-point this time no good. That ended the third quarter, and the teams traded touchdowns in the fourth. Griffith with 5:04 remaining on a 1-yard run. The 2-point conversion good by Geschwinder. And then with a minute 16 to go, Chase Buffington scores yet again on a 16-yard run. And the PAT was kicked through by Bennett Hickerson to round out the scoring. 45-23. Our final fun night. We don't get to. Is this the first time we've ever been paired together?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. I thought it went well here in week 5. Or we'll have to do this again sometime. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
In the Mayor's Cup.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun working with you tonight. You know, it was a fun ball game for most of it. Where it was at, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
45-23, the final. Get some softball next week, and see you for more football next Friday. Week 6 will be here before you know it on Eagle 102 Sports.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and